If you decide to be rich today, who gonna stop you? Who?
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
It's the most powerful thing in the world, is your own brain. It can work for you or against you.
The only difference between successful people and not is just how they think. Rich people think different.
Understand this. If you can see it, you don't have to know how to get it. Your life will change. See this? This is energy too. If you get on the frequency of this sun, you can't stop it coming.
In order to think and grow rich, it requires intention. But to think and grow broke, it only requires neglect.
Have you ever asked yourself what differentiates the winners from the masses? Well, I have. And I have found that the winners are aware of a certain place within. It's referred to as the higher self. And in this higher self, there's an image of perfection, which is forever attempting to express itself in a greater way. When the winner wants to turn their dreams into physical realities, they call on this higher self. And they set about and change the world, not just for themselves, but for everyone in it.
Rich people think different. So what I'm gonna put in your head today is a rich people concept, so you can get to understand it. The only difference between successful people and not is just how they think. Rich people think different. Quit letting people tell you got to get qualified in another program. You don't need another program to be successful. You need to change the way you think.
Strange thing about faith and fear, they both demand you believe something you can't see.
There is a method by which one may transmute failure into success, poverty into riches, sorrow into joy, fear into faith.
The way you think creates reality for yourself. There are other factors going on, so it's not everything, but you really can change your own reality based on the way that you think.
You attract not just what you feel, you attract what you feel, what you are, what you attract. What's on your mind?
It's like the law of physics. I don't know how anybody can disagree with that.
A power which is greater than poverty, greater than the lack of education, greater than all of your fears and superstitions combined. It is the power to take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you may desire.
You know, I always dreamed as a kid that, it was possible to score 80 or 90 or 100. I always just had a dream. Like sometimes you lay down in bed and you visualize things. You just kind of, that's at least how I would go to sleep. I'd lay down, I'd imagine playing for the Lakers, and I'd imagine what the uniforms look like, I'd imagine where we'd be playing, and, the smell of the arena and all sorts of stuff. And I would see myself, getting hot, score 10 straight points. But in a dream, why would you ever interrupt that? Like, you're not going to have a dream and be like, okay, then you misses this next 6. Like, it's not going to happen. So you just keep dreaming and dreaming and dreaming, and before I go to sleep, I'm like at 120 points,
Be definite, believe, and act. When doubt creeps into your mind, remember that whatsoever a man believeth, that shall he also reap.
The person who's living in lack is waiting for their wealth to feel abundant. They're waiting for their success to feel empowered. They're waiting for their healing to feel gratitude. They're waiting for their new relationship to feel love. They're waiting for their mystical experience to feel awe. That's the Newtonian model of reality, of cause and effect. Waiting for that event to happen to take away this separation or lack. Nothing wrong with it. It's the way most people create. But what we've discovered is actually something else. The moment you feel gratitude, your healing begins. The moment you feel worthy and abundant, you're generating wealth. The moment you're empowered, you are moving towards your success. The moment you're in love with yourself and you're in love with life, you'll create an equal. The moment you are in awe of life, you're going to have a mystical experience. And so that's causing an effect, right?
Where I shall introduce you to your greatest asset. And with this introduction, the master key to success will be within your easy reach. I say this is your greatest asset with which you may tap and draw upon the supreme power which created you and runs this entire universe. The name of this principle is applied faith. I should know what I'm talking about because I was handicapped at birth by the four horsemen which keep most people in bondage all the days of their lives: poverty, fear, illiteracy, and superstition.
Listen to this. You do not have to be the smartest cat in town to earn a lot of money. As a matter of fact, you can be pretty dumb and earn a lot of money. I was pretty dumb and I was earning a lot of money. So when people tell me you got to be smart to earn a lot of money, I know that's not true because I knew I wasn't very smart and I was earning a lot of money. Now I've become a little smarter because I've never stopped studying and really very serious information. But when it first happened, I didn't know much. You see, this 1% earn 96% of all the money. And that is because they multiply their time by setting up multiple sources of income. They don't have one source of income. They've got all kinds of sources of income. Do you want a gut truth? I don't know how many sources of income. I really do not know. I'm not being cute.
I don't fucking know either.
I'm not really that interested in knowing. I'm interested in knowing I'm setting up more sources.
Oh my God.
So, in order for us to change a belief or perception about ourselves and our lives, we have to make a decision with such firm intention
I needed
that the amplitude of that decision carries a level of energy that's greater than the hardwired programs in your brain and the emotional conditioning in your body. And your body
forgot what I was gonna do. Try to remember here.
In that moment becomes a moment in time that you never forget. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world, divided it up equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. Incredible. Yeah. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. Success is looking for a good place to stay. So instead of going after it, you work on yourself. Personal development. See, the major question to ask on the job is not what are you getting. The major question to ask on the job is what are you becoming? They pursue
what the fuck is going on?
Qualities.
There we go.
Of that person that you could embody. That's the key, right? Because it's not about wealth. It's what you become, right? Because people think it's about wealth. It's the becoming process. It's the overcoming track of that, of course.
Isn't it a strange fact that most people make a negative application of their great power of faith by thinking about and believing in poverty, ill health, fear, failure, and defeat, when it would be so easy for them just to change their thinking over to the circumstances and things they desire?
How would an abundant person think? Write it down, dude, and fire and wire those thoughts in your brain and install the hardware. Keep doing it with attention and intention. It becomes the new voice in your head. It becomes a software program. Then say, okay, how do you be in my life today? What would an abundant person life? And before you reach for your cell phone and start scrolling through your social media, close your eyes and just mind how that person would walk, how they would breathe, how they would smile, how they would greet people, how they would be on Zoom calls, how would they be in traffic, how would they be at dinner. And the act of closing your eyes and mentally rehearsing it, if you're truly present, the brain does not know the difference between a real life experience and what you're imagining.
Make step aside, thinking of larger stuff. Make up your mind. Just idea you've got to be realistic. That you've got to be logical is a bunch of nonsense. Logical alone. Logical many times. A lot of money. You got to bust out of that. Now.
2 years in the gym. True wins, true losses, true life. I just realized that if you say it to yourself and you look yourself in the eye, look yourself in the mirror and truly believe that man of man alive can be you, then that is the way it is. And just through hours in the gym and preparation, I feel that I am untouchable right now.
If you aim for success above mediocrity, you will need to learn to act on your own initiative because your success is something which you must achieve for yourself without someone telling you what to do or how to do it. There are two kinds of men who never amount to much. Those who cannot do as they are told, and those who can do nothing else.
My mother made me
Fuck. Amen, Kanye.
Stop affirming what you're gonna do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society is.
Fuck your rules.
They control people with low self-esteem. Remember to think. Imagination is everything. And we can become we can imagine.
The universe is listening to everything you say.
Whoa.
Everything you think. And saying, okay,
Whoa.
I can get that.
Whoa.
Can bring you in.
Whoa.
Into you. And I know this is
Whoa.
a stretch, but it's amazing how
Whoa.
if you do a good general positive statement for yourself,
Shit.
the universe will figure out how to manifest that. How to bring that about in your life. So things could happen that you wouldn't expect at all, but they will happen.
But being rich, that's something else.
That's something completely different.
When a man becomes wealthy, he has to deal with the problems of freedom.
Yeah.
All the choices he could possibly want.
All the choices in the world, chat.
Well, I watched that abyss.
You don't know what that means
I watched it grow in men,
until you're there.
marriages, and most of all, it grew into the children.
Yeah. It can.
I thought I could trust my own blood.
As soon as your brain says, I'm not, you do it. Your body finds a way to do it. You know, if your mind is already there, your body will find a way to follow and get there.
You're dead, Carl. You say no to life, and therefore you're not living. You make up excuses to the people around you and to yourself. You're stuck in the same dead-end job you have been for years. And you lost the love of your life because she couldn't be with someone who didn't live theirs.
Probably all thinking in your head, this guy is talking absolute dribble. He's not going to do what he says he's going to do. He's probably all sitting there thinking that. And now here we are again. And I done what I said I was going to do.
Here we are again.
I feed off this.
I feed off it.
This is what gives me energy. Saying I'm going to do something. Putting it out there.
And then going out and doing it.
And then going out and doing it. There's no better feeling in the world than that. And it's as easy as that. Say what you're going to do and go and do it.
When you speak of your poverty and lack of education, you are simply directing your mind power to attract these undesirable circumstances. Because it is true that whatever your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts to you. Now you see why it is important that you recognize that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want from life.
I have an insane belief in my own ability to manifest things. Insane belief. You know, that I think it's ultimately complete sanity. But I believe we're creators, and I believe we create with every thought and every word. Every moment is pregnant with the next moment of your life.
When you were struggling personally and professionally, did you write yourself a check?
Yeah. I made my check, which was just basically, $10 million to Jim Carrey for acting services rendered, dated Thanksgiving 1995. I gave myself 5 years to be one of the most successful working actors.
When you pray, believe that you already have what you're asking for. Believe that you have. Just believe that you have. Is it so hard to believe? We believe that tomorrow will come. We believe that the sun will rise in the morning and set at night. We believe that the ocean, the sky will be there, and the moon. We believe the grass will grow. We believe that our food will digest. And who is there who knows how any of these things happen? Just believe. And it will be done unto you. It seems too good to be true, doesn't it? And you and I will never know until we try it.
Your body is so objective that it's believing it's living in that reality where you and yet. If you're feeling abundant, why would you look? The longer you're conscious of that energy, the more you draw that future to you. Which means if you want to change your personal reality, you're gonna have to change your personality. Right. Nothing changes in your life until you change.
The secret, the law of attraction, the book on the law of attraction. Yeah. Also changed my life.
What is the most resilient parasite? An idea. Resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold in the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks. Right in there.
Anything can be achieved, and it can be achieved like that. You know what I mean? If you put the head down, if you work, and you believe in yourself, and you speak with confidence, and whatever you want to do, you speak it out with no fear, and no matter what people say, it happens. So that's something that I can take with me.
He's still becoming the person he becomes. It's that he becomes what he thinks about most of the time. And that's the strangest secret. This is why thinking is so vital. This is why our goal is so important. Because we will become that. This is why people who set goals achieve them. The trouble with men is not achieving their goals. They do that. It's establishing them.
Is a belief that we all start out with a false belief about ourselves, with some untrue thing that we believe walking through our lives. I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm gonna fail. Whatever your basic mistaken belief about yourself is, you form a personality around.
The brain sees in pictures and images, it's more creative. We're moving into that alpha state. So now the door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind opens up as we get beyond our analytical mind. And our analytical mind is actually what separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind. So as you slow your brain waves down, you get into alpha, you're entering the operating system. And that's where you can rewrite a new program. That's where you can rehearse a new script. That's where you can begin to plan your behaviors in an intentional way. Some people can get to the point where they're so relaxed that the body's in a light sleep, and yet they're conscious and awake, and now they're in this theta brainwave pattern. And in theta, it's a hypnotic state. We're very suggestible to our thoughts. We're very suggestible to information in that state. And that state then is where we see the most change take place. And so the person can literally change from the inside out when they learn how to get into the operating system.
Every human being is a creator. And they are creating their life. And we don't know, for many of us, we did not know that that was the case. And we are creating our life through our thoughts. So it's not that our thoughts are powerful, it's that we are powerful. And so when we focus on a thought and we really hold that focus, that thought will manifest in our life.
Remember, too, that your faith is limited only by your own capacity to believe. You can do whatever you make up your mind to do. I believed I could give the world a practical philosophy of success which would free men and women from their fears and limitations. I stood firmly back of that belief through 20-odd years of effort, and saw my belief give freedom to millions of people. Do the things, said Emerson, and you shall have the power. May I paraphrase this great truth by saying, believe, and you shall receive. And now, until our next visit, will you please remember that your life is exactly what you make it by your own mental attitude.
There is no end to what you're capable of doing. Once you get into this vibration, you'll start attracting things. Opportunity is just going to pop up everywhere you go. That's really the name of the game.
The biggest lesson, life lesson that I've learned is the power of the mind, and just how important it is to look at yourself in a high regard and to believe in yourself. I think in order to paint a bright future for yourself, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to believe in it, and the more you believe in it, the more your world will start to change, and the more you'll just start to see your beliefs come to pass. So
I will attract into my life what I am, not what I want. And I am capable of attracting all things that the source is capable of attracting. So that's the difference. It's like
You get what you are rather than what you want.
If you're going to put your effort into something and you're going to work on something, you cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought. I'm going to write a book. I can't afford to think that it won't sell. I'm going to build a business. I can't afford to think that I'm not going to get any clients.
Remember that your mental attitude is something you control outright, and you must use self-discipline until you create a thought pattern or thought habits which keep your mental attitude positive at all times. Your mental attitude is important because it acts as a magnet which attracts to you everything, every circumstance which makes you what you are and where you are.
You know, in my head, my life was always good, even when it probably wasn't, you know what I mean? And so I just keep that in my head, feel like a millionaire walking around.
He had to ask himself, am I able to do this? Well, he seemed to have that innate awareness of this higher self, this image of perfection within him, and he saw himself as a person that was actually able to take and turn the fantasy into a fact. Now, he must have been a pretty courageous guy because there were no horseless carriages in those days. But then he had to ask himself, am I willing? And you see, he had to ask himself, am I willing to accept the ridicule that I'm bound to get? Am I willing to accept the failures? Well, he said, yes, I am willing. He was willing to pay the ultimate price to turn his fantasy into a fact.
Many years ago, I read where Napoleon Hill pointed out that the imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force that the world has ever known. And you know, the average individual uses the imagination, if they use it at all, against themselves. They imagine what they don't want. They imagine problems coming. Let's begin to use our imagination the way God meant it to be used. It's the greatest creative faculty that we possess. And we can build anything we want with it.
Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I just said that number. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Can you feel the power, the magic that I put out in the universe and then let it manifest and it drops to me? It don't get no powerful than that. My mind.
Come on, Trev.
I control that.
Let's
My
go.
words, I speak that. My action.
Let's go.
I display that.
You know, for me to try and change the results in my life, in other words, what's going on outside of me, without changing what's going on inside, would be just about as foolish for me to try and change the reflection of this mirror without changing my physical appearance. It's never going to happen. Well, that's what people are doing. They're trying to change something outside without changing what's going on inside.
And when you start introducing thought, when you start thinking of thought as a form of perception, they're going to shape they're going to shape what you see. They're very going to have to constrain what you see.
Set a goal to become a millionaire. And he said, here's why. Well, what it will make of you to achieve it. And I got one of the greatest classes in one thing I've ever received in my life. Set a goal that'll make you stretch that far. For what it will make of you to achieve it.
One thing is, no one ever becomes very wise without the aid of self-discipline. And no one ever finds peace of mind
I gotta take this fucking thing off.
without the strict exercise of self-discipline.
It's not working with the hip circle.
Reality in a consistent, substantial way because they don't believe they can.
Whatever way we observe the world around us is what comes back to us. And the reason my life was lacking in joy and happiness is because my life is lacking in those same things.
I do have to strap up.
Faith is not something you get. Faith is something you already have. But you may be using it in reverse gear by believing in the circumstances.
There's no real difference with the mind concept of faith and fear. So you get to choose. They're both things that you can't touch, see. You can only believe in. And why would you want to believe in fucking bad things? Why would you want to believe in fear? Why would you want to think about the worst case scenarios? Imagine. Fucking dream.
Sensations from the present and
Envision.
include sensations from the future that you haven't even had yet. Interesting. So this, I think, speaks to your question about law of attraction.
If you decide that you will be poor, you're gonna be poor. If you decide to be rich today, who's gonna stop you? If you decide you want to be rich, all you gotta do is start. Why not? Who gonna stop you?
Stop up! Ah. 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 Oh, Aristotle. Fuck.
Only experiencing 5% of the fun, 5% of the joy, 5% of the rewards we could be on.
Estonia. 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 Emonist. Emonist. Up. Up. Up.
Do not accept from life or anyone else anything you do not desire. And remember that Mahatma Gandhi proved himself to be more powerful than the great British military forces by this simple method of passive resistance.
Here's the deal. 5 years from now, you can be who you would like to be, and you can have what you need within the bounds of reason, if you specify it. So if you could be who you would like to be, and if you could have what you think you need, in principle, what would that look like? Well, that you start to specify targets. So we say, well, write it down for 15 minutes. Don't get too self-critical. Just think, We ask questions. Who do you admire and why?
Remember, too, that your faith is limited only by your own capacity to believe. You can do whatever you make up your mind to do. I stood firmly back of that belief through 20-odd years of effort. Do the thing, said Emerson, and you shall have the power. Believe, and you shall receive.
Your income is governed by law. And it's a law that you're never going to change. The law of compensation is very clear. This law clearly states that the amount of money you earn is always going to be an exact ratio to three things. Number one, the need for what you do. Number two, your ability to do it. And number three, the difficulty there'll be in replacing it.
Nah.
What you have at the moment, Mr. Rohn, you've attracted by the person.
I can't be replaced. I'm one of a kind.
What you have at the moment, you've attracted by the person you've become. Few little simple principles here. Once you understand these, you start to explain so much. Now, sometimes it's a little tough to take, blaming yourself instead of the marketplace. Taking responsibility instead of putting it off on someone else. Sometimes it's a challenging mission. And this one was a little tough for me. He said, Mr. Rohn, you've got pennies in your pocket, you've got nothing in the bank, the creditors are calling, you're behind on your promises. He says, here's how that occurs. You've attracted, up until now, you've attracted the things to you because of the person you've become. Now I said, well, how can I change all that? He said, very simple. If you will change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside.
You're using your brain in the proper way instead of your being a brain. If you complain about money, if you judge people who have it, if you rush when you're in lack, if you cheat when you don't have what you need, an abundant person doesn't do that. You gotta look at that and say, I gotta break these habits. Oh my God, if I truly want to be abundant, I can't act this way. Here's the big one. If If I truly want to be a new personality that's in a new personal reality, I can't take lack with me. I can't take unworthiness. I can't take the story that goes along with it with my parents or my grandparents or my ex or whatever. That story has to end, right? I mean, if not now, when?
A poverty mindset is when you believe you are poor, or you believe that you are the cause of the situation you're in, or you believe that external circumstances have made you what you are. I never believed that I was poor. I just believed our current situation was poor, really. So I got to a point where I didn't want to be in that situation anymore. But there was nothing wrong with it. You can have more than God because you can become more than you are. Success is something you attract. Becoming an attractive person. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune.
Bosta!
Super fun. I started
Muito bunsta.
age 25, and it revolutionized my whole life.
Now let me give you a description of the one thing that represents the main difference between a successful person and a failure. Please listen carefully and think for yourself as I speak, because failure will recognize the truth I am about to give you. It is the starting point of most failures. Successful people in all occupations, all professions, and all callings have one trait which distinguishes them from the failures.
Fuck yes.
It is their capacity for belief. The failures see the hole in the donut, but do not see the donut around the hole. The successes see the hole also, but they see the donut around the hole.
Believing, believing, believing. You will be living what you're believing, even though you be lying.
The next principle, ask, believe, receive. So many people overlook this very simple quality. You don't have to figure it out. That's what freezes people. When you're trying to figure out your life all the way to the end, when you can't figure it out, it freezes you from trying it because you go, oh, well, I can't figure that out. Oh, I can't go over there because I don't know how. You don't have to know how.
How bad do you want it? How bad do you want your dream? It's so much easier to forget that vision than to remember it, right? So if you're going to remember it, you got to keep it alive in your mind. How do you keep it alive in your mind? You disconnect from your environment. You close your eyes. You play music in the background. When I say it's time to get up, we get up. Don't be thinking about what's going to happen in your day. You already know what's going to happen. Don't think what happened yesterday. You already know that. Get in the present moment and say, who do I want to be when I open my eyes? Who do I want to be today? What would greatness look like? How would one day, one shot, one lifetime, what would an abundant person do?
I said there's been many periods in my life that I've had internal growth, which was this: work, 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 no results, but I'm a little bit better. Work, 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 no results, but I'm a little bit better. Work, 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 no results, I'm a little bit better. Work, boom, just got paid. I just got paid, and it looks like overnight success. Yeah. It's like, oh, it happened in a year. No, bro, it doesn't. Because if you do all those things, even if nothing happens and you know you're doing the right thing and you're on track, overnight success becomes this easy thing because you were internally growing, and then the bubble popped, and then boom, it looks like you were doing it all along.
The body's so objective that it does not know the difference between the real life experience that's creating the lack and the emotion that you're creating by thought alone called lack. The body's believing it's living the same past experience every day. Why? Because the end product of an experience is an emotion. If your life is changing, but you're still feeling lack, don't expect anything to change. You won't even see it. You'll walk right past it. You're viewing your life through the lens of the past.
Write out this sentence and paste it in a prominent place where you work and on a mirror where you see yourself in your home. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Remember also that you are the only person who can provide you with a positive mental attitude. What are you going to do about it? On your answer to this question rests your entire future.
to incarnate a new and a greater value of yourself, you must assume that you already are what you want to be, and then live by faith in this assumption. Now, this flies in the face of so much of what you've been told, because you have a tendency to believe that what your eyes and ears tell you is reality. But this is what we know by our senses. Just this little tiny fragment. I can't even get, it's like a millionth of a millimeter. And all that is unknown is in the invisible, in the imagination.
Because he knows that a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. And right here is an appropriate place to say something I perhaps should have said before, namely, that a big success is made up of a great number of little circumstances, each of which is so small and seemingly insignificant that most people pass it by as not worthy of notice.
Write down your top 10 to 15 goals in the present tense, as though you have already achieved it. For example, you would not say, I earn or I will earn this amount of money. You say, I earn this amount of money by this date. I drive this car. I weigh this amount. And so on. Your subconscious mind is only activated by commands that are stated in the
Hey!
positive personal.
Nice and tight, big dog. Here we go.
And when you want to achieve it, expressed in the positive tense, and beginning with the word I, the more powerful the effect will be on your subconscious mind. Goals written and stated in this way activate of laws of expectation and the law of attraction. Anything you say with the words I am, your subconscious will then take that as a cool. And so we're constantly programming our subconscious.
Do is figure out how you can do it, not whether you can or not. When are you going to do it?
Hi, Pop. Here we go.
Yeah, you can see it, you can do it. The beautiful truth
Hi.
Because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become.
Everybody dreams of being a millionaire. You believe everybody can be a millionaire. Why?
Here we go, Trevor.
We've been endowed with mental faculties that the most erudite.
Oh, wow. Shit.
People wander around and sleep. And they don't think. They don't invest in themselves. They wake up and start thinking about we're working with an infinite power. The more we start to understand the power of the mind, and then start to understand how to utilize this power, then we'll understand that we can do it spiritually.
To manifest, you have to believe. And you have to believe that you already have whatever it is that you want. And the reason that you have to believe you have it already is because the subconscious mind is only operating in the present. It can't reason. It's just like a program. So if you say, for example, a new car is coming, my new car is coming, I'm going to get a new car, it's coming. Well, then it's always going to be coming, right? That's the thing. You have to imagine you have it now.
It is an inevitable law of nature that you lose that which you do not use. And of course, this applies to the use of your own mind, the same as to everything else. All the good ideas have been used up, did I hear you say? Quite to the contrary, the best ideas are yet to be revealed and put into service of mankind. Remember, you are given as your richest birthright the privilege of controlling your own thoughts. Therefore, treat this divine gift with the profound respect to which it is entitled, and do not allow anyone to do your thinking for you, or to influence your thinking in any manner whatsoever, except by the rules of accurate thinking I am passing on to you.
Amen.
Follow this procedure regardless of what people think or say about your method of thinking. If they wish to call you a cynic or a doubting Thomas, let that be their misfortune. But for your own good, go right on thinking by rules which will save you from many mistakes and tragedies throughout your life.
Will serve your
this level because you have the means to do it. Every family deserves to have a winner. I think it should be you. But you also have to disconnect, unplug your umbilical cord from the belly button.
Keep it going, big dog. Come on.
And plug yourself into
Bring it in.
the mindset of a winner, which is a winner.
You want to win? You want to really fucking grow, Trav?
No matter the circumstances, a winner shows up.
Tap into the champion's mindset.
More than the average person. A winner has these unreasonable expectations of himself.
You're a monster, Trav.
A winner knows
Full stack. I just realized, like, it just came to me secondhand nature. I didn't even think twice about it. It was just already loaded, and I just go into it. This is where I need to be. I'm already warm from this. Cables. And band work.
Albeit we often observe effects because of which we cannot isolate or understand.
Repeated thoughts wear a kind of psychic groove in the mind. A groove that gets deeper with every repetition.
You're a monster.
When you think you can, and you tell yourself,
Oh, yes, Pop.
and you tell other people that you can, you've made a groove in your mind.
You've always known you can. And you will again. You must.
Time you do that, the groove becomes deeper.
Come on, Trav.
You can.
Growth season is about sacrifice, discipline, grit, diligence, pain. Yes.
And you can't have it. Because your mind will...
You're a fucking champion.
A vision of what you're looking for.
That's up. Oh, shit. Hi, Pop.
Coherence between your belief and your reality.
Ow.
And the function of the mind will manifest in a situation.
Aye.
If I totally believe this is how it's going to work, then my mind
Rup.
will set me up in a situation where it works that way. But all of a sudden, that's going to set me up. There's no chance anymore. This isn't chance. This is creativity. We are creators.
You want that? Not a problem. But let's learn the formula of how to create.
Fuck yes.
So then you'd have to feel those emotions before the experience occurred. And if you understood that you could dissociate all of your attention from this three-dimensional reality and have no attention on anything.
I might need to go into some.
To understand it's the field.
Yeah, I do. It's barbell time. I wasn't planning on doing deadlifts, but it's Romanian, so it is what it is.
Your heart starts beating in this
Intuition,
beautiful rhythm of the
spoken,
drum. We've measured it so many
whispered.
times, and when that occurs, the next thing that happens, the heart informs the brain.
Yeah, something informed my brain just now.
Science says, show me and I'll believe.
Yep. Faith says,
believe
and I'll show you.
There's a difference.
Oh, fuck.
Isn't it strange?
Faith is more powerful.
People have to be cut down by failure and defeat before they learn that they have minds capable of mastering all of their problems. Isn't it strange why Michael C. Jones did not discover the little big sausage idea while he had a sound body? Just remember this about adversities. Nothing is ever so bad or so unpleasant that it may not yield some benefit if we keep a positive mental attitude toward the experience and make it a habit to look for that seed of an equivalent benefit. This, of course, involves the application of that important success principle, personal initiative.
So, in order for
Hey,
us
Stoddle.
to change a belief or perception
How are
of
ya?
ourselves in our lives, we have to make a decision with such firm intention that the amplitude of that decision carries a level of energy that's greater than the hardwire and the emotional conditioning in your body. And your body literally has to respond to your mind. Examine your personality, examine your personal reality, change your
We're gonna
personality,
throw these
change your personal reality.
J cups up. Let's just throw the J cups on.
Abundant by overcoming the person who's not abundant.
A burning desire for the things or circumstances you want is the starting point of all applied faith. Be definite, believe, and act. And keep on acting if at first you meet with defeat.
Who the fuck is that?
Money, all that other, don't worry
Is
about
that
it.
Bear?
Let's
Born of Oda. Brother, welcome.
Happens, and you're going to have to feel that feeling before it occurs.
What come out your mouth is what's gonna come back to you. It's the law of attraction. I'll never get nobody. You're not. I can't lose this weight. You sure ain't. I'm gonna get fit this year. Strong possibility.
Strong possibility.
I'll never be rich. Promise you won't. I'm gonna be rich one day.
I am a world champion.
It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or adhere to it. It is the law of attraction. It will never change. Everything I have is...
I am a world champion.
Just by thinking. So then as you begin to think about a new possibility and your brain begins to fire in new sequences and new patterns and new combinations, and you begin to plan your behaviors, and you begin to review in your mind, mentally rehearse who you're going to be in your life. The mere action of mental rehearsal begins to install the neurological circuits in your brain. Now your brain is no longer a record of the past. Now it's in fact a map to the future. And if you were then to begin to emotionally embrace your future before it's made manifest, in other words, you're not waiting for your healing to feel wholeness. You're not waiting for your new relationship to feel love. You're not waiting for the mystical moment to feel awe. You're not waiting for your success to feel empowered. That's the old model of reality of cause and effect.
Everyone, said Mr. Carnegie, comes to the earth plane blessed with the privilege of controlling his mind power and directing it to whatever ends he may choose. But, he continued, everyone brings over with him at birth the equivalent of 2 sealed envelopes, one of which is clearly labeled, the riches you may enjoy if you take possession of your own mind and direct it to ends of your own choice. And the other is labeled, the penalties you must pay if you neglect to take possession of your mind and direct it. That your only limitations are those which you set up in your own mind or permit others to set up for you.
Visualizing at like 13, 14, just so everything
put the fucking hip circle on me.
was taken care of when I got to a meet, so I could be completely relaxed. So when I put my headphones on, all I'm thinking about is the music. I get to go up and just do what I practice to do. All of those countless hours of staring at the black line at the bottom of the pool, that was for this moment. So I just never really thought when I got behind the block and let everything do what was supposed to happen. If I didn't get the results that I wanted, then I would just go back to the drawing board.
You can't? Are you kidding me? You just said I can't? Like, I want to slap that mother. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I don't have time for people that are weak and they say I can't. No, you can.
You fucking sure can.
Applied faith is the mental attitude wherein you may clear your mind of all fears and doubts and direct it to the attainment of whatever you desire in life.
Come on, chat.
Applied faith is a mental attitude we must cultivate and maintain before we can take complete possession of our minds.
You can manifest absolutely anything that you want in this life. But you've got to deeply, deeply imagine it.
Who the fuck are you?
Imagine it from the outside looking in. You have to imagine you are there. You have to feel the feeling of where you are. Smell the smells. Listen to the sounds. You have got to trick your mind and body into believing it is real. It will put an imprint on the universe and it will pull you towards it.
Know what you want and believe that you can and will get it. Give expressions of gratitude many times daily for having received that which you want, even before you actually get physical possession of it. Possession starts first in the mind.
One of the fastest ways to create something in your physical reality is to reverse the normal process by which we create things. Usually we create things first by thinking about it. I think I'll go to that. And then we say something about it, as in, Matilda, I'm coming to your party tonight. And then we do something about it, as in showing up at the party. That's generally how we produce things in our reality. In fact, everything in this room was once a thought. There was nothing that was not once a thought in someone's mind somewhere. But if you want to really play tricks with the universe and create magic with the stuff of life itself, reverse the thought, word, deed paradigm. Turn it upside down and start with the deed. That is to say, act as if. If you want to experience abundance, be abundant and do as abundance does. If you have only $5 left to your name, go to a store and get them made into singles. Take 5 singles and walk down the street and give a single to each of 5 people who have even less than you do. And by the way, you will find those people very easily.
I already know what's going to happen. The difference between me and you, it's that you need to see to believe. I first of all believe and then I see. That's the difference between us.
The Creator never intended for you to beg for anything. If he had, he would not have blessed you with full control over your own mind. If your life is not what you want it to be, you can change it. As a matter of fact, you can do anything within reason that you desire to do if you embrace the principle of applied faith and keep it directed to the attainment of the things you want and off the things you do not want.
I mean, I'm a huge visualizer and a manifester, so I literally spent, every night of my life for about 4 years on Mulholland Drive after I do the comedy clubs, manifesting my life. So I've made a check to myself for $10 million for acting services rendered, paid to the order of Jim Carrey, post-dated Thanksgiving 1995. I stuck it in my wallet, and 6 months before that due date came due, I was making $10 million for a movie.
I believe you used the words from Muhammad Ali. Impossible. It's just a big word thrown around by small men. Find it easier to live in a world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare.
If I want to attract a lot of money, I got to see myself with a lot of money. I got to mentally accept I've already got it. I don't let my bank account dictate that. I choose that. So I'm choosing myself to see myself with the good I already desire. I'm on that frequency. Now the trick is to stay on that frequency.
You ready?
Most people look at the results and they let the results dictate the frequency they're on. That's why they keep getting the same results.
The great law, briefly and simply stated, is that if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results.
So then, if you wanted to create a new personal reality, a new life, you'd have to change your personality. Which means you'd have to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. You'd have to become aware of your own conscious habits and behaviors and even what you say and modify them. And then you'd have to look at those emotions that keep you anchored to the past and decide if those emotions belong in your future. So most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and it doesn't work. We literally have to become someone else.
You see, the thoughts that you think control the vibration that you're in. You attract energy that's in harmony with you. You attract people that are in harmony with you. You see, everything operates on frequencies. There's an infinite number of frequencies, but you and I operate on a frequency just like a radio station does. And the only music you can attract is the music that is tuned into the vibration you're in.
And I'm a firm believer of speaking things into existence. Same here, brother. Firm believer of, you work and the universe gives back to you. I'm a firm believer in that stuff. For me, in the law of attraction, of course, and God as well. I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction. And
people always ask me, how do I create, the person of my dreams that I want in my life? And I always say, take out a piece of paper, write down everything you want in that person, and then become it.
I have a question for you. Are your dreams big enough? Why don't you dare to dream bigger? The first secret of self-made millionaires is simple. Dream big dreams. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to imagine.
Here we go, Trev. Lock in, King.
And the kind of life you would really like to live. Think about the amount of money you would like to earn and have in your bank account. All self-made millionaires begin with a dream of something wonderful and different from what they have today. You have to have a dream if you want to make a dream come true.
You see, most people will let their present physical results control their way of thinking.
No.
Involved in it. They think it's an accident that the same results keep reoccurring. That's no accident. If you've got a financial problem, if you've got a cash flow problem, if you've got a marital problem, that's what most people concentrate on. If a doctor takes a photograph of your body and then tells you you're sick and shows you you're sick, what's the person concentrate on? Sickness.
Thinking of why you can't do something is never going to do you any good. And keep thinking until you start to think of thoughts of how you can do it. And the way will be shown to you. It comes in the form of images in our mind. Think of how you can, and not why you can.
Sometimes when I was broke, I would invite myself to a nice dinner. My mind would tell me, hey, like, you can't afford that, like, you shouldn't be going out. But then I said, well, I want to experience this because if I experience it, I'll be able to want it more. How am I supposed to want something that I haven't experienced? So, okay, look, well, let me experience a nicer dinner. And now I have to work towards, well, I want more of this experience. Once you know what you want, just do retroactive steps on how to get there. I'm not special. I'm not special. We're not. Millions have succeeded in the past, so can we. What have they done that allowed them to succeed? Let me replicate it. Simplicity in pattern recognition, simplicity in optimizing the behaviors of others. That's what we are. We're only better than past generation. We're only stacking, right, on past generations. Technology is advancing based off of the stacking of what? Knowledge. So we stack this knowledge, we implement it, we become better people. Which is the Matrix, bro.
You should also recognize that by the application of the master key to success, which I am passing on to you through these visits, you can take full possession of your mind and make it yield you whatever you demand in life. Observe, I use the word demand, not beg. The Creator never intended for you to beg for anything. If He had, He would not have blessed you with full control over your own mind. If your life is not what you want it to be, you can change it.
Here's what I want you to repeat after me, please, with power and conviction. Say, it's possible.
It's possible.
That's all I want you to do when you look at your dream. Just say to yourself every day,
It's possible.
It's possible. It's possible. And say that every day to yourself, it's possible.
It's possible.
Because what does that do? See, it begins to change your belief system. See, the way in which we operate, ladies and gentlemen, it's a manifestation of what we believe, what's possible for us. Whatever you've done up to this point, all that it really is a duplication, it's a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve and what's possible for your life.
Another mistake that I believe the average worker makes is that he thinks he's working for the company. Again, he's wrong. Each of us actually is only working for himself. A great Southern educator tells the story of a wealthy man who was going to go to Europe for several months, and he called a builder he knew over to him, and he said, here's some money, and I bought this lot over here. I want you to build me a beautiful home on that property. And then he left. As soon as he was gone, the builder said to himself, well, with him out of the way, I can probably cut a few corners and make myself a pile of wood on this job. And this has been done enough. So he did that, and he built a rather shoddy house instead of the good house he should have built. And when the wealthy man came back, while the builder handed him the keys and said, well, there's your house. How do you like it? And the wealthy man said, well, that's a beautiful home, but it's yours. I wanted you to build it for yourself and your wife and children. Every hour of the day, each of us is building his own house. And it will be strong or weak, beautiful or ugly, depending only on the methods of construction we use.
As a matter of fact, you can do anything within reason that you desire to do if you embrace the principle of applied faith and keep it directed to the attainment of the things you want and off the things
Pop.
you do not want.
Right here. Oh, you're a first-time chatter. I just saw that. Welcome to the Spartan Warriors, Bear. We're getting in some Romanian deadlifts right now.
Time is the most valuable resource you will ever have. Yet it's the one thing people waste without a second thought. Every second that passes is gone forever. Yet so many live as if they have an unlimited supply. They put things off, delay their dreams, and convince themselves that they'll start later. But later is a lie. It's the silent thief that robs you of everything you could have been. Time waits for no one. The only time that exists is now. And those who succeed in life understand this simple truth. Every second counts. When you fully grasp that your time is limited, your entire mindset shifts.
Come on, Trav.
You stop wasting time on distractions.
316.
You stop letting fear hold you back. You stop settling for a life that is less than extraordinary. Instead, you take action. You push forward. You fight for your dreams like your life depends on it. Because it does. Success is not given.
Nice and tight.
Second by
Who the
second,
fuck are we up?
choice by choice, action by action. Every successful person in history understood this. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They created it.
Hi, Pop.
They didn't let time slip away. They owned it and used it to build something great. Most people don't realize how much time they waste. They scroll through their phones for hours, watch meaningless television, procrastinate on their goals, and live as if they'll have another chance to do it all over again. But here's the reality. You don't get a second chance at life. Every second you waste is gone forever. And if you continue wasting time, one day wondering why you didn't do more when you had the chance.
God.
Think about this. If you waste just 1 hour a day,
You're a monster.
that's 365
I'm up.
hours a year.
Hey.
Over 15 full days wasted. Imagine wasting 2 or 3 hours a day. That's months of your life disappearing into nothingness. All because you were too comfortable, too distracted, or too afraid to take action. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It's how they use their time. Winners make every second count. They work when others rest. They grind when others make excuses. And because of that, they achieve things most people only dream about. Excuses are the enemy of progress. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're lying to yourself. You're feeding the illusion that you have unlimited time, when in reality, you don't even know if you have another day. The only guarantee in life is this moment, right now. The only way forward is to stop making excuses and start taking action. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people hesitate. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But here's the truth. Fear will never go away. The only way to overcome it is to act despite it. Every time you push through fear, you grow stronger. Every time you take action, you build confidence. Every time you refuse to give up, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Taking action doesn't mean waiting for motivation to strike. It means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline will carry you through when motivation fades. You must train yourself to act, to push forward, to move even when every part of you wants to stop. Because success isn't about feeling good every day. It's about doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. Success is not built in a day. It is built in the small choices you make every single day. Oh, God, yes. waking up early to work on your goals, choosing to exercise instead of sitting on the couch, reading books that expand your mind instead of wasting time on social media. Each of these small choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they compound into something incredible. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, artist, and leader has one thing in common. They mastered the art of consistency. They understood that greatness is not achieved overnight. It is built piece by piece, second by second, through relentless effort and unwavering commitment. The small actions you take today may not seem like much, but over months and years, it will separate you from everyone else. The people who achieve their dreams aren't the ones who work hard for a few days and then quit. They're the ones who show up day after day, no matter how hard it gets. We live in a world full of distractions. Every day, your time and attention are being pulled in 1,000 different directions. Social media, television, news, entertainment, other people's opinions. If you're not careful, you will spend your entire life consumed by things that do nothing to move you forward. The most successful people guard their time like it's the most valuable thing they own, because it is. They don't waste time on things that don't serve their goals. They cut out distractions. They say no to things that don't align with their vision.
Maybe I should drop and rep.
They focus with an intensity that most people cannot comprehend.
I don't know.
And because of that, they achieve things most people never will. One day, you will wake up, and it will be your last day on earth. You won't know it's your last day. You'll go through your morning routine, thinking you have more time. But then, suddenly, your time will be up. And when that moment comes, you won't be able to go back. You won't be able to buy more time. You won't be able to fix the things you regret. What will you feel in that moment? Pride, fulfillment, or regret? Will you look back and know that you used every second to chase your dreams, to become the person you were meant to be? Or will you look back and realize that you wasted it all, that you played it safe, that you let fear, comfort, and laziness steal the life you could have had? Right now you have a choice. You can keep living the way you have been, wasting time, making excuses, convincing yourself that you'll start later. Or you can wake up. You can realize that your time is running out. You can make the decision right now that you will not waste another second, that you will not live a life of regret, that you will push yourself, fight for your dreams, and make every second count. Because this is it. This is your one life. There are no second chances. There are no do-overs. Every second is a gift, and it's up to you to make it count. The difference between those who live extraordinary lives and those who live with regret is not luck, intelligence, or natural talent. It's relentless effort. The people who achieve the impossible aren't the ones who were handed the best opportunities. They're the ones who created their own opportunities. They refuse to accept mediocrity, refuse to be average, refuse to let excuses and obstacles stand in their way. Greatness is not something you are born with. It is something you build, choice by choice, action by action. Every second, you are making a decision to push forward or to stand still, to take control or to drift aimlessly, to grind harder or to let yourself slip. The path to greatness is paved with sacrifice, discipline, and an unshakable will to keep moving forward. There are no shortcuts. There are no easy routes. The only way to get there is to show up every single day and put in the work, whether you feel like it or not. Some days you will be tired. Some days you will doubt yourself. Some days you will feel like quitting. Get up! The most powerful weapon you have is your mind. If you have to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions. Most people let their feelings control them. They let fear stop them from taking risks. They let self-doubt convince them that they aren't good enough. They let distractions pull them away from their purpose. But the most successful people in the world
Hi, Pop.
have one thing in common.
Hi.
They control their minds. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They don't let fear keep them from moving forward. They don't let setbacks make them give up. Instead, they use every failure as fuel. They use every moment of doubt as motivation to prove themselves wrong. Weak, full of excuses, fears, and hesitation, it will control you. But if you train it every day, if you replace negativity with relentless belief, if you push past fear, if you discipline yourself to focus only on what moves you forward, you will become unstoppable. The greatest warriors, the most successful entrepreneurs, the ones who changed the world, they all had mastery over their minds. They refused to let doubt dictate their actions. They refused to let fear control their decisions. They refused to let obstacles break them. And because of that, they won battles most people wouldn't even dare to fight. Comfort is the silent killer.
Oh my God.
It feels good in the moment, but it slowly destroys your future. Most people stay stuck in their lives because they aren't capable, but because they refuse to step outside of what feels safe. They convince themselves that what they have is good enough, even when deep down they know they were meant for more. Good enough is the enemy of greatness. Every person who has ever achieved something incredible had to step outside their comfort zone. They had to risk failure, embarrassment, struggle, and uncertainty. They had to walk away from the easy path and choose the harder road. The greatest athletes,
You gotta suffer
successful
at
entrepreneurs,
another level.
the world-changing leaders, they didn't get there by playing it safe. They got there by pushing themselves beyond their limits, by doing things that scared them, by stepping into the unknown with courage. Your comfort zone is a prison, and the longer you stay inside, the harder it becomes to break free. The only way to grow is to force yourself into discomfort. If it's uncomfortable, it's probably the right move. If it scares you, it's probably exactly what you need to do.
Yes!
Stop running from difficulty. Stop avoiding struggle.
Big fucking glutes, Trav.
Because the easy way leads nowhere. But the hard way, the path of effort, discipline, and sacrifice, that's the road to greatness. Success isn't for everyone. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Because success requires sacrifice, and most people aren't willing to make it. They want the rewards, but they don't want the work. They want the results.
No, I want the work.
But they don't want to endure the pain of
I
getting
want to
there.
suffer right now.
They want the glory, but they aren't willing to grind in the dark before anyone sees their effort.
I am.
If you want success, you have to pay the price. There are no shortcuts. There is no easy way. You have to be willing to put in years of hard work without immediate reward.
Here we go, Pop.
You have to be willing to show
Big
up
fucking glutes.
every single day, even when you don't feel like it. You have to be willing to fail, learn, and keep going. Most people quit before they ever see results because they expect instant gratification. But that's not how success works. You plant the seeds today, and you might not see growth for months, even years. But if you keep watering those seeds, if you keep showing up, if you keep grinding while everyone else gives up, you will win. This is where most people fail. They stop too soon. They get discouraged. They look at others who seem to have it easier and think, maybe I'm not meant for this. But the ones who make it, the ones who become great, they don't stop. They don't let frustration make them quit. They push through. They keep going. They trust the process. And one day, after years of dedication, everything changes. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to keep going when nothing seems to be happening? Are you willing to grind when no one is watching? Are you willing to suffer now for the life you want later? If the answer is no, then stop pretending you want it. But if the answer is yes, then stop wasting time and get to work. You have the power to make a decision that will change. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, right now. This is the moment you will no longer waste. This is the moment where you decide that you will not live a life of regret. Every second from this point forward is a chance to change everything. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know exactly how you're going to get there. You just have to start. You just have to take the first step. Because once you take that step, once you commit to the journey, you will build unstoppable momentum. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more wasted seconds. This is your life. This is
Hi, Bob.
Make every second count. Listen, man. Do you ever wake up and just feel like you're running in place? Like you're grinding but not moving? Like every single day is just a repeat of the last? You wake up, check your phone, scroll through people living their best lives, and you're just there, stuck, watching, wishing, wondering when your time is going to come. Let me tell you something. Your time isn't coming. Not unless you get up and go get it. Success isn't a package that gets delivered to your doorstep. It's not something you stumble upon.
Oh, God.
It's not something you wait for. It's something you take. So, bro, what are you doing with your life? You want more, but you keep doing the same thing every day. You want change, but you refuse to change. You're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect motivation to hit. But that moment doesn't exist. Perfection is a lie. The only thing that exists is now. Every second you waste is a second you will never get back. You will never be this young again. You will never have this moment again. You will never have this opportunity again. And while you sit there thinking about whether or not you should go for it, someone else is already out there making moves, grinding, getting ahead. The world doesn't slow down for you. Nobody's waiting for you to get your act together. Your dreams are out there, but they are being taken by the people who are willing to fight for them. How long are you going to keep making excuses?
Whoa.
How long are you going to keep waiting? How long are you going to keep telling yourself one day, like one day, is some magical land where all your dreams come true?
What the fuck?
Wake up. One day doesn't exist. Here's the truth you don't want to hear. Everything you don't have is because of you. Not your parents, not your circumstances, not your boss, not society. You. And the worst part, deep down, you know it. You know you could be doing more. You know you could be better. You know you're capable of more. But instead of facing that truth, you numb yourself with distractions. You scroll. You binge watch. You stay in your comfort zone. But let me ask you this. Where has your comfort zone gotten you? What has staying comfortable done for you? The answer? Nothing. You either get excuses or results, but you don't get both. You ever see a champion? You ever see someone at the top of their game? Let me tell you something. They didn't get there by accident. They didn't wake up one day and suddenly become great. They worked every day when they didn't feel like it, when they were tired, when they were doubting themselves.
go get in these fucking
That's the difference.
back
The people who
extensions.
win in life, they show up every single day, no matter what.
These cheeky
You
back
think you're
extensions
grinding?
going.
You're not. Winners work when everyone else is sleeping. Winners push when everyone else is taking a break. Winners fight when everyone else is quitting. You have to outwork everybody. Because guess what? Someone else out there wants the same thing you want. And they are willing to do whatever it takes to get it. Are you? I know what you're thinking. But life is unfair.
Yeah, I know.
But I had a rough start. But I'm struggling. Nobody cares. That's the cold, hard truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you a better life. Nobody is going to knock on your door and give you your dreams. The only person that can change your life is you. Stop looking for sympathy. Stop waiting for someone to feel bad for you.
Stop. Oh, I think I'm gonna puke. Fuck.
Make it happen. For the next year, you gave it everything you had. No half efforts, no laziness, no distractions, just pure, relentless focus. What if you worked harder than you ever have before? What if you stopped making excuses? What if you stopped waiting for motivation and started creating discipline? What if you finally became the person you were meant to be? What if? Think about that. You keep acting like you have forever. But let me tell you something. You don't. Time is running out. The clock is ticking. You're going to wake up. And you won't have any more chances left. You'll be old, full of regrets, wishing you had just taken action when you had the chance. Do you want to be that guy? The guy who looks back and realizes he wasted his entire life waiting? Or do you want to be the guy who gave it everything, who left nothing on the table? Time to wake up. Enough waiting. Enough doubting. Enough procrastinating. You have one chance to become. One chance to live the life you want. One chance to be the person you were meant to be. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep waiting, keep dreaming, keep making excuses? Or are you going to wake up, take action, and finally go all in? The choice is yours. Nobody can make it for you. No more waiting. No more wasting. You've already wasted enough time. You've already let too many days slip by. And the truth, time doesn't wait for you. While you sit there thinking, maybe tomorrow, someone else is taking action today. While you complain about how unfair life is, someone else is making moves. While you hesitate, while you doubt, while you fear failure, someone else is grinding, learning, improving. You could have started last year. You could have been miles ahead by now. But instead, you let another year go by, another month, another week, another day. And here you are, still talking about what you want to do. But here's the good news. You can change everything, right now. Forget yesterday, forget last year, forget all the times you failed. None of that matters. What matters is right now. Right now, you can decide to change. Right now, you can make the choice to get serious. Right now, you can stop waiting and start working. Because here's the truth. If you don't change today, you won't change tomorrow. I'll start on Monday. Next month, I'll be ready. The timing isn't right. Lies. Oh, if you really wanted it, you'd start now. Period. So stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you don't have control. You do. You always have. You just haven't used it. Until now. Forget motivation. Forget inspiration. You know what winners rely on? Discipline. You won't always feel like working. You won't always feel like grinding. You won't always feel like waking up early, staying up late, or sacrificing comfort. Do it anyway. That's discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is showing up every single day, even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, even when you don't see progress. That's why most people fail. They only work when they feel like it. But the winners, the ones at the top, they show up every damn day. They put in the hours when nobody's watching. They push through when it's hard. They grind when it's uncomfortable. And guess what? That's why they win. Your excuses are a lie. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I don't know where to start. I don't have the right connections. Stop. Just stop. You have time. You're just wasting it. You have energy. You're just not using it. You can start. You're just afraid. Every excuse you make is just a way to let yourself off the hook. And while you sit there making excuses, someone else is finding a way. Successful people don't have fewer problems. They don't have more time. They don't have better luck. They just refuse to make excuses. So what's it going to be? More excuses or real action? What's for real? Success isn't easy. It requires sacrifice. It requires pain. It requires doing what others won't, so you can live how others can't. So what are you willing to give up? Your distractions? Your bad habits? Your comfort? Because the truth is, you can't have it all. You can't have a millionaire mindset and still live with a broke mentality. You can't get in the best shape of your life while eating garbage and skipping workouts. You can't build an empire while wasting hours on nonsense. Success demands a price, and most people aren't willing to pay it. Are you?
Yes.
Do the hard things you want to be great. Start doing hard things. Wake up early when you don't feel like it. Go to the gym when you're tired. Put in extra hours when everyone else is resting. Say no to distractions when everyone else is saying yes. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you level up. That's how you go from average to unstoppable. Because every time you choose the easy way, you stay exactly where you are. And let's be real. Where you are isn't good enough. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall flat on your face. Good. Because failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every winner you admire has failed more times than you've even tried. Failure is where you learn. Failure is where you grow. Failure is where you toughen up. But here's the key. You can't quit. You can't let failure break you. You can't let it make you weak. You can't let it make you stop. Because if you stop, if you quit, if you give up, that's the only real failure. So fail. And then get back up. And keep going. Are you really okay with being average? Are you really okay with just existing instead of living? Because that's what most people do. They just exist. They wake up, go to work, go home, waste time, sleep, and repeat. And then they die. No impact, no legacy, no dreams fulfilled. Is that really the life you want? Because if it's not, then do something about it. This is it. This is your wake-up call. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more being okay with mediocrity. Because guess what? Time is running out. And you are either going to be a success story or a cautionary tale. You are either going to look back on your life with pride or regret. You are either going to win or wonder what could have been. And the choice is 100% yours. So bro, what are you doing with your life? Because if the answer isn't everything in my power to be the best version of myself, then you are wasting it. The clock is ticking. What are you waiting for? You still think you have time, don't you? You still think you can coast, procrastinate, and take your time figuring things out. Let me tell you something. Time isn't waiting for you. Every second, every minute, every hour that slips away is one you will never get back. And while you're sitting here thinking about making a change, someone else is out there making moves. Someone else is working harder than you. Someone else is pushing themselves when you're resting. Someone else is stacking wins while you're still waiting for the right time. Wake up, bro. There is no right time. The only time is now. Stop living for tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't promised. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start next week? I'll get serious after this. I just need to wait for the perfect moment. Let me ask you something. How many of those moments have actually come? Because if you're honest with yourself, you'll realize they never do. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And before you know it, you're out of time. You have been waiting long enough. Your dreams, they aren't going to wait. Your goals, they aren't going to chase you. It's either you take action now, or you wake up one day wondering where the time went. And trust me, regret hurts more than discipline. You know why you aren't where you want to be? Because you're comfortable. You're comfortable waking up late. You're comfortable playing it safe. You're comfortable staying the same. And that comfort, it's keeping you stuck. Nothing great comes from comfort. Nothing great comes from easy. Nothing great comes without sacrifice. The ones who win, they are the ones willing to suffer. They are the ones who embrace the pain that others run from. They're the ones who don't just dream about success, they demand it. So let me ask you, are you demanding success? Or are you just hoping for it? Because hope won't get you anywhere. Only action will. I need you to understand something. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to wake you up and make you work. Nobody's going to hand you success. This is on you. You have two choices. Keep waiting. Keep making excuses. Keep pretending like you have all the time in the world. Or take control of your life and start executing like your future depends on it, because it does. Because if you don't step up, if you don't take ownership of your life, if you don't push yourself beyond your comfort zone, then nothing is going to change. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Everything you want is on the other side of sacrifice. You want to be successful, you're going to have to give something up. You can't have greatness and still live like everyone else. You can't be extraordinary and still act like an average person. You can't achieve your dreams and still do the same things that have been keeping you stuck. It's time to cut the nonsense. Cut the late nights watching useless content. Cut the distractions that do nothing for you. Cut the people who keep you comfortable in mediocrity. Start prioritizing what actually matters. Your goals, your discipline, your future. Because guess what? You don't get to have both. You don't get to chase your dreams and stay the same. You have to make a choice. What means more to you? Your future or your excuses? The difference between winners and losers? Winners fall in love with the process. They don't just chase the results. They respect the grind. They don't wait for motivation. They show up anyway. Most people quit when it gets hard. Most people stop when it's uncomfortable. But you need to do the opposite. You need to push harder when it gets tough. You need to go even further when you want to stop. You need to show up when nobody else does. Because the ones who go all in are the ones who make it. The ones who refuse to quit are the ones who win. So tell me, are you one of them? The final question is, who are you going to be? When your time is up, when your life is over, and you look back, what are you going to see? A life full of regret? A life full of excuses? A life of wasted potential? Or A life of purpose, a life of relentless pursuit, a life where you gave everything you had. You are writing that story right now. Every decision you make, every action you take, every single moment, it all matters. So I'll ask you again, bro, what are you doing with your life? Are you going to keep waiting? Or are you finally going to wake up and take control? Because this is your moment. This is your time. This is your life. Now go make something of it. There comes a time when you have to decide. A time when all the distractions, all the excuses, all the doubts have to fade away. A time when you say, enough is enough. That time is now. Lock in. You spent too long talking about what you're going to do. Too long waiting for the perfect moment. Too long making plans and setting goals without real execution. You've been thinking about it for years. When will you start doing it? Because here's the truth. Nobody cares about your dreams until you make them real. Nobody is going to come hand you success. Nobody is going to wake you up at 5 a.m., push you to work harder, and make sure you don't quit. That's your job. And the moment you take full responsibility for your future, that's when things start to change. This is where most people fail. They want the rewards without the sacrifice. They want the success without the struggle. They want the results, but aren't willing to pay the price. But you're different, because you're not just going to try. You're going to lock in and make it happen. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you waited for motivation to kick in? You've been waiting for a sign, but the sign is right here, right now. You don't need another book, another podcast, another motivational video. You need to start. You need to lock in. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop saying you don't have time. Stop saying you don't have money, connections, or the right opportunities. Those are all excuses. The world doesn't care about what's holding you back. It only recognizes results. Everyone has problems. Everyone has reasons why they could fail. But winners push through. Winners don't let circumstances dictate their future. They create their own future. So what's stopping you? Fear, laziness, self-doubt. Whatever it is, it's not bigger than you. You are stronger than your excuses. Lock in. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. If you want something extraordinary, you have to put in extraordinary effort. People say they want success, but do they really? Because wanting something and being willing to work for it are two different things. You
Where's
say
my
you want to be in
kettlebell?
shape, but do you push yourself in the gym every single day? You say you want to be successful, but do you stay up late grinding while everyone else is watching TV?
Bring it in there.
You say you want a better life, but are you truly willing to suffer for it?
I'm gonna shut up.
Success is not a gift.
Where the fuck is my kettlebell?
Discipline and sacrifice. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. Motivation is unreliable.
Oh, damn.
It fades. Some
Oh,
days
here you are.
inspire, but other days
Okay.
don't. In those days, that's where discipline takes over. Discipline means doing what needs to be done.
I don't want to do
even when
this
you
shit,
don't feel like it. It means waking up early.
but I gotta.
It means working out.
It's hard to
Even
explain.
when you don't want to. It means showing up every single day, regardless of how you feel. Winners don't wait to feel good before they take action. They take action, and then they feel good, because they're making progress. This is where most people quit. The moment things get uncomfortable, they back off. They start strong but fade away when the excitement wears off. You are not most people. Lock in. The problem is, most people want to be comfortable now. They want to sleep in. take breaks. They want to relax. And that's why they never get ahead. Because success doesn't care how comfortable you are. If you want to be great, you have to be willing to suffer. You have to give up distractions. You have to wasted time. You have to choose discipline over pleasure, commitment over comfort, and progress over procrastination. Your future self is waiting for you to stop making excuses. Your future self is watching you right now, wondering if you're going to step up or stay the same. When you look back on your life, will you be proud of what you did? Or will you regret the opportunities you let slip away? The choice is yours. Lock in. This isn't about competing with anyone else. This is about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about looking in the mirror every morning and asking yourself, am I doing everything I can? Most people are stuck because they never demand more from themselves. They get comfortable, and comfort is the enemy of growth. Every single day, you have a chance to get better. You have a chance to outwork the old you. You have a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you think. It's not about talent. It's about work. It's about effort. Some people say, I don't have what it takes. But guess what? You do. You just have to stop doubting yourself and start proving it. Lock in. Time is running out. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. How bad do you really want it? Are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you willing to go through the struggle? Are you willing to grind when nobody's watching? Because that's what it takes. You are one decision away from changing your life. One decision to commit. One decision to take action. One decision to stop waiting and start moving. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another opportunity. Don't wait for the right moment. It will never come. The time is now. Lock in. This is your life. Your future is in your hands. Nobody is going to save you. Nobody is going to do it for you. If you want to change your life, you have to be the one to make it happen. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more distractions. Commit. Focus. Take action. And whatever you do, lock in. Before you can win your life, you have to win in your mind. It's there. Your mindset is either your greatest weapon or your biggest weakness. If your mind is weak, everything crumbles. If your mind is strong, nothing can fail. The biggest battle you will ever fight is the one against yourself. The doubts, the fears, the voice in your head telling you to take it easy, to slow down, to quit when things get tough. You must silence that voice. Tell yourself, I am built for this. Tell yourself, I will not break.
Shit, yeah.
Tell yourself, I will keep going no matter what. Because the truth is, most people break before they even start. They talk themselves out of the fight before they throw a single punch. They convince themselves it's too hard, that they don't have what it takes. That's not you. You are built different. You've already come this far. You've already survived every hardship life has thrown at you. Why stop now? The moment you decide, truly decide, that failure is not an option, everything changes. You stop second guessing. You stop hesitating. You stop making excuses. You lock in. People fear pain. They run from it. They try to avoid it at all costs. But what they don't realize is that pain is the price of progress. Every time you push through discomfort, you grow. Every time you endure struggle, you get stronger. Every time you take one more step, when your body is screaming for you to stop, you become unstoppable. You have two choices in life. Suffer now for a better future, or suffer later with regret. Regret is the heaviest burden you will ever carry. It will haunt you. It will eat at you. It will remind you every single day that you had a chance, but you didn't take it. Years from now, do you want to look back and say, I gave it everything I had? Or do you want to sit in regret, wondering what could have been? Make the decision today. Push through the pain. Embrace the grind. Lock in. Let's get real. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody is coming to save you. You didn't get the job? Work harder. You lost money? Work harder. You failed? Work harder. Life is not fair, and it never will be. But that doesn't mean you can't win. It just means you have to fight harder. People respect results, not reasons. The world doesn't care if you had a rough childhood. It doesn't care if you had bad luck. It doesn't care if you don't feel like working today. The only thing that matters is what you do. If you want something, you have to go and take it. Nobody's going to hand it to you. No one's going to feel sorry for you. And honestly, you don't need them to. Because you have everything you need already inside you. You have the ability. You have the strength. You have the heart. And prove it. Lock in. Stop waiting. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to chase your dreams. The clock is ticking. The opportunity in front of you will not wait forever. The world keeps moving whether you're ready or not. If you don't take action now, someone else will. Look at your life. Look at where you are today. If you're not happy with it, change it. If you're not where you want to be, do something about it. You don't get another shot at life. You don't get a rewind button.
Rah!
You're proud of. So why waste it? Why stay stuck? Why keep putting things off? This is it.
You're a monster. Start all up.
Some people sit around waiting for the world to give them something. They think they deserve success just because they want it. They think life should be easier. Let's get one thing straight. Nobody owes you anything. You don't deserve success just because you show up. You don't deserve wealth just because you work hard. You don't deserve happiness just because you're a good person. You only get what you fight for. You only get what you earn. So if you want more, take it. Work for it. Earn it. Stop complaining about what you don't have and start working for what you want. Nobody is stopping you except you. Lock in. Success is not about one big breakthrough. It's about doing the right things every single day. Wake up early. Hit the gym. Stick to your goals. Push yourself when nobody is watching. These small wins add up. They build momentum. They make you unstoppable. So stop waiting for a big moment to change your life. Start today. Start with the next decision you make. Start with the next action you take. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to start. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. Lock in. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to have the best connections. You just have to be consistent. The people who win in life are the ones who show up every single day. The ones who don't quit when it gets hard. The ones who don't make excuses. It's easy to work hard for a day. It's easy to be disciplined for a week. But what separates winners from everyone else is that they do it for years. They stay locked in for life. And that's what you need to do. Not for a few days, not for a few months, forever. Because success is not an event. It's a lifestyle. Lock in. This is it. This is the moment where you make a choice. Are you going to keep waiting? Keep making excuses? Keep letting life pass you by? Or are you going to step up? Are you going to decide, once and for all, that you will do whatever it takes to get where you want to be? Because that's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. One makes excuses, The other makes moves. One waits for motivation. The other creates discipline. One lets life happen. The other takes control. Which one are you going to be? You already know the answer. Lock in. Now go. And don't look back. Let me tell you the truth. You are not free. You were never free. From the moment you were born, the system was designed to turn you into a worker, not a boss. Society doesn't teach you how to build wealth. It doesn't teach you how to be independent. It teaches you how to be obedient. Look around. How many people do you know hate their jobs, but feel like they have no choice but to keep working? How many people live paycheck to paycheck with zero savings, constantly worried about rent, bills, and debt? This is by design. They want you distracted. They want you tired. They want you too exhausted to question the system. They fill your mind with Netflix, celebrity drama, and meaningless debates while they keep taking your money and your time. You were trained for this, trained to obey. From a young age, they told you, go to school, get good grades, get a safe job with benefits, work hard, and one day you'll retire happily. This is a lie. They don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to realize that you don't have to live this way. The 9-to-5 system is modern slavery. The only difference is now, instead of chains, they keep you trapped.
In your mind.
Debt, taxes, and fear.
Jesus Christ.
But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You don't need a job to survive. You don't need a degree to make money. You don't need to waste your best years making someone else rich. The real question is, are you going to keep playing their game? Or are you ready to escape? What if I told you that school is the biggest scam in the world? Think about it. You spend 15 to 20 years in school memorizing useless facts, taking standardized tests, and learning how to follow orders. But no one teaches you how to start a business, how to invest your money, how to build wealth. Why? Because they don't want you to be financially free. They want you to be just smart enough to operate the machines, send the emails, and do the paperwork, but not smart enough to question why you're working 40 plus years just to retire broke. And the worst part? They make you pay for your own brainwashing. You take out student loans that put you in decades of debt just to get a degree that doesn't guarantee you a job. By the time you graduate, you're already financially crippled, and guess what? The people who make the real money, the CEOs, the entrepreneurs, the investors, didn't follow this system. Jeff Bezos dropped out. Elon Musk taught himself. Richard Branson, no degree. They didn't waste time memorizing useless history dates. They learned how to make money. So why are you still following the script they gave you? They don't need whips and chains anymore. They use money, debt, and fear. Taxes eat your paycheck before you even touch it. Inflation makes sure your money loses value every year.
God.
Credit cards and loans keep you in an endless cycle of debt.
Jesus Christ.
And what happens if you stop working? You lose everything. But do you know who never loses? The people at the top. The CEOs, the politicians, the billionaires. They own the system. And guess what? They don't work a 9 to 5. The rich don't trade time for money. They make money work for them. It's time for you to do the same. Stop thinking like an employee. Start thinking like an owner. The reason you're stuck in the 9 to 5 trap is because you've been programmed to believe that's your only option. It's not. The first step to escaping the matrix is realizing you're in it. You don't need a boss. You don't need a 401k. You don't need job security. You need financial intelligence, multiple streams of income, a high-income skill, a business that prints money while you sleep. And the good news, You don't need to be rich to start. Let me break it down for you. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, every system around you is designed to keep you in the 9-to-5 matrix. Think about your daily routine. You wake up to an alarm clock because your time doesn't belong to you.
Mine does.
You sit in traffic for an hour just to go to a job you hate. You work all day, making someone else rich. You come home too exhausted to do anything productive. You watch TV, scroll social media, get distracted. You repeat the process until you die. This is not life. This is a script you've been forced to follow because the system never wanted you to be free. They tell you to save money, but inflation is stealing your savings. They tell you to buy a house, but you'll spend 30 years paying the bank. They tell you to work hard, but hard work alone never made anyone rich. The system is a game, and you've been playing it wrong. It's not about hard work, it's about leverage. The people who escape the 9-to-5 matrix don't work harder, they work smarter. But first, you need to see the game for what it really is. The first and most dangerous thing they did to you was program your mind to accept a limited reality. Your parents, your teachers, your friends, they all told you the same thing. Check mark, get a degree, find a stable job, work for 40 years, retire at 65. Let me ask you, who does this actually benefit? Not you, not your family. It benefits the system. They want you thinking like a worker because workers keep the machine running. But you were never meant to be a worker. You were meant to be free. The rich and powerful teach their kids a different mindset. Own, don't rent. Invest, don't just save. Build, don't follow. Control your time, don't trade it for money. The only way to escape the 9-to-5 matrix is to reprogram your mind. You have to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a producer, an owner, an entrepreneur. And that starts today. If your only source of income is your paycheck, you're one step away from financial ruin. The moment your boss fires you, you have nothing. And this is why the rich never rely on one income source. They have businesses that pay them even when they sleep, investments that grow without their effort, passive income, streams that print money for them. The broke man has one source of income. The rich man has many. And the good news? You don't need to be rich to start building multiple income streams. The goal? Replace your 9-to-5 paycheck with income you control. Now that you know the truth, it's time to take action. Write down every source of income you have right now. How much money do you make? How much of it do you actually keep? What happens if you lose your job tomorrow? The reason most people stay broke is because they are distracted. Stop wasting time on Netflix. Stop scrolling TikTok for hours. Stop watching sports while your own life is falling apart. Pick one skill and start making money from it. Sell your skill as a freelancer. Start a YouTube channel or blog. Build a digital product. Once you have money coming in, don't waste it, invest it. Buy stocks that pay you dividends. Buy assets that appreciate in value. Reinvest into your own business. Once your side income is making as much as your job salary, quit. Never again trade your time for money. People will doubt you. People will call you crazy. People will laugh at you. Let them. The second you start building wealth outside the system, the matrix will try to pull you back in. They will tell you, that's too risky. Just be happy with what you have. Why don't you get a normal job?
Fuck you.
Ignore them. Most people are slaves
Anybody
to
who
chasing
tells
those
me that
escape.
ever again.
But once you start making real money, everything changes. No boss, no alarm clocks, no paycheck anxiety. You control your life. You control your time. You are free. The biggest mistake people make? Waiting. I'll start next year. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I feel ready. You will never feel ready. The world is changing fast. AI is replacing jobs.
Been there too? Yeah.
Inflation is destroying savings.
Sadly, it's how it
The
is.
system is rigged to keep you poor. If you don't start building your own escape plan now, you will wake up 10 years from now still stuck in the same cycle. And by then, it will be too late. The choice is yours. Stay in the 9-to-5 matrix.
Fuck the 9 to 5.
Keep working. Keep struggling.
Fuck the Matrix.
Keep waiting for a miracle that will never come.
I got a hip thrust on schedule tonight,
Start
baby.
building. Start earning. Start escaping. Most people will never escape.
You want big fucking
Most
glutes,
people
chat?
will stay stuck. But you have a choice. Are you going to keep following their script? Or are you going to rewrite your own story? The escape begins now.
Come on, big dog. Get in here. Get your fucking hip thrust pad set up. You can't skip hip thrusts on glute day. I just can't. Intuition is screaming. Hip thrusts. And you bet your ass I'm starting with hundreds. I'm starting with the fucking hundos. 246 pounds. Warm-up set. How's everybody doing tonight? I love you all. Let's get fucking shredded. I'm gonna put the dumbbells behind the bench so it doesn't slide at all. Yes. What do we want to listen to, chat? Honestly, I'm in a vibe, a mood that I can channel pretty much anything useful. As long as it's not like subliminal sleep fucking frequency. Oh, yes. Let's do Nobody Cares. This is perfect.
He's pushing the water, and there's a jogger actually. Look at this.
You got to remember that, chat. Like, maybe they care a little bit, but in the end, nobody really fucking cares. And when you grasp that concept, it does make life easier. Because you stop trying to make everybody feel certain kind of way, and like you lose that fear of judgment.
And now the doctor tells me if you get off
Social anxiety isn't real.
you'll come back and finish the race.
Social anxiety is not
You know
real.
what? I'm pretty messed up. Got off. I'm literally laying in bed, and I thought, honestly, I swear to God, I thought that someone was speaking to me. It was like, "You're not done yet, motherfucker."
You're not
I'm
done.
like, what the fuck is this? It was actually probably my subconscious saying, "Get your ass back out there."
Get the fuck up.
I know that I'm already, DNF'd. So no matter what happens here, I'm not going to be an official finisher of this race.
This isn't for glory.
No. This is now for the fact that...
Show me who the fuck you are, Trav.
So you can sit here and not and think about that for a whole year.
You gonna talk about your past achievements the rest of your fucking life?
Yourself and take some kind of pride in knowing that you could and you did. I have 40 miles to go. I'm going to have...
Doesn't matter what you did.
At the spot where I left.
I mean, it does to an extent, but it matters more what you do now.
Fucking times that
What are you going to do now?
I went back. I'm not going back, and I went back. I'm not going back, and I went back. it showed me even more of what we have as humans, if we're willing to go there and willing to push
I'm here.
that extra step.
I'm
And
right
like I
fucking
said, you know,
here,
I always
Pop.
tell people, a lot of people, man, how do you do what you do? At the end of the day, I ask myself one question: can I take one more step?
Yep.
And usually the answer is yes. So if you can answer that question and not take another step, that is real failure. That is real quitting.
There you are, Pop.
We draw these instructor-led runs. Most of the time we knew the start and end point. So on the way back, I start seeing people getting happy and shit because the end was near. But there were some asshole instructors that would hear the happiness and go right on past the end point. When that happened, everybody stopped talking. Heads would stop dropping. And I started taking fucking souls. At that time, I knew what happened in their minds.
Who wants to hike another mountain with me?
They hoped the instructors would stop running. They hoped the water was never cold.
You gotta keep up, though.
The water was fucking good.
Come on, bros.
Oh, shit.
The mountains are calling.
The water was cold.
Doesn't matter if it's cold. We dress accordingly.
When the end is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the fuck you are. Stay hard.
Stay hard. Let's go. Up. Big glutes, Trav. Up.
It's a lonely road. It's a lonely road, and you get a lot of haters, man. Like I tell people all the time, man, if I can walk on water, you motherfuckers would say because I couldn't swim. And I used to get so mad, like I said, about this fucking shit, man.
It's easy weight for you, Trav. You're focused on big fucking glute growth.
These people are funny.
These glutes are growing. Your mind is fucking strong. Your soul, your heart combined. You are powerful. You are growing. You are a conqueror. You're a champion. Up. Give me fucking 8 more.
And Jennifer gets so mad at the lies she hears and this and that because it comes all through. They spew it. Yeah. I told Jennifer that shit, man. Stop. Yeah, fucking calm down, bro.
Oh, yes. I want you to go up. Give me 4 more first.
Where am I at mentally? I look like shit. I feel like shit. I'm not just, I'm falling behind in school. I'm lazy. My house is a mess. You have to look at what it is and call it what it is. Don't find words to make yourself feel better, because that's what, so we hang around people that make us feel better, that tell us what we want to hear.
No, I want to tell people what you need to fucking hear. And it's to not be a complaining, gossiping, whining beta bitch. It's to take accountability, responsibility, and be courageous and brave and fucking suffer. You gotta suffer a little bit if you want to persevere in this life. It's not all about doing what you want to do constantly.
Exactly how you need to fix it. You are your own hero. You are your own leader. You are your own man. And that is
Big dog.
We idolize so many people, and we want to be them. We want to be someone else. And in doing that, you lose all the potential of who you are.
Yep.
You mimic.
Oh.
You be them. You are them. You become them. And you lose you.
Exactly. You can't be a copycat. You can only mimic slight attributes from those of whom you admire without mimicking specifically to where you become a different person.
I could blame having health issues, ADD, my mom not being around. Great mom, but she was doing her thing. I could blame a lot of people. And I put it off on everybody else. It wasn't until I said, you know what? For me to fix this, I gotta read what the fuck is wrong with David Goggins. Not blame anybody.
Oh, okay.
Read my book. It's okay. I'm afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military, get your ass kicked. Then I was running, and this guy passed me in the car. And it's about 100 degrees out here, 70% humidity. The guy comes back around, looks at me. You pulled this car by me and said,
all right, Trav, you want big glutes?
You out here? I said, because you're not. Sometimes your motivation needs to be because no one else wants to fucking do it. We need doctors. We need fucking lawyers. We need dentists. We need teachers. We also need fucking savages. This message I do It's not for fucking everybody. So I want to see that soft bullshit about, do you have sunscreen on?
Oh, God.
This message is dangerous. It's too hot. I'm not asking you to fucking be like me. Do you? Stay hard. Self-discipline is everything. And if you don't have it, I'll look at you right, because I know you're capable of more. It's not discipline so much for me. It's all on you. It's all on you. The self part is what's big. We need someone to hold people accountable. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. We count on people too much to get us through shit. And we look to our right, we look to our left, we're looking for help. And if you can build that self, you can build that total accountability in oneself. And it's not about being selfish. I'm trying to create a better me. So hopefully people who are hearing this are taking it the right way and just saying,
over talking bullshit.
It ain't about all that shit. Shit doesn't matter. I want you to see how far you can go. And that's all it's about, yourself. And that's where it all comes from. No one's gonna fucking come to help me. No one's gonna fucking come to help me. It's fucking me against me, period. And,
you fucker! Oh.
I said, the first thing I gotta start doing is facing every fucking fear I have. No matter what the fuck it is, man. And these things.
Oh, shit.
People who are hearing this shit, they will never really understand.
What the fuck?
When you face these things, so many things, how they keep you up and haunt you at night. I had two options.
There's always two options. Even in this moment, I have options.
And at 24 years old, knowing we don't 50 fucking years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail and try to succeed. So I started calling recruiters up. I said, I'm gonna be a fucking Navy SEAL.
Oh, shit.
Most people are missing something.
Hi, Bob.
They don't know who they are.
Oh, yes. Get big, Trav, now.
This experiment on themselves.
Fuck.
The lab rat. We're all lab rats.
Ah.
But you have the scientist.
Ah.
You create your own self. Most people are missing
Booster.
So much.
Booster. 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 Time to get big, Trav, now. Up.
That God or wherever the hell you believe in, or if you're an atheist, in you, that you have not unlocked.
You're a monster, Trav. Give me 3 more.
75%.
3 more. Nice and slow. Control it. Squeeze at the top. Come on up.
You don't want to find your willpower. You don't want to find your soul, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. What that looks like,
Beautiful. What the fuck? Pulsate, pulsate, pulsate.
I'm stupid, but I'm going to figure out a way to be stupid. What's it saying? Man, you limit this box. So your box becomes so small of things you can do. My box wasn't even a box. It was a fucking little pimple. And then, through examining myself, getting some willpower, some courage, it became bigger than this table. But that's what we all do. That's why I wanted to come here today and talk to you about real shit. Not no fucking like hacks. There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that,
you got a real fucking problem.
Real problem. I can understand you misunderstand.
You got a real problem if you constantly compare yourself to other people and you don't understand that it's you against you. You're your worst fucking enemy.
The problem is you. And you don't want to fix it. And develop a lot of anger. And I still have it. And it will never go away. Because when you put yourself in the sewer like I was in, and please, if someone saved me, come out and announce it to the world. There's no one. There's no one. So when you do that,
fucking Glutes me.
I'm sitting at a table with all these smart people who tell me what to do and shit and guiding me through my life now. I don't need you to guide my future. I know what's good for me and what's bad for me. And for me, it took every bit of focus I could. I mean, social media, that's why people love to go on. Because they want to show you the good side of life. I'm not teaching the good side of life. So I had to figure out a way, and I came on film at 16, of teaching you what life really is for the majority of us. Hell. And so while people love to show you the cars and the house and the vacations and shit, all that's good. All that's happy. I want to show you the side that I know most people don't. And
Yeah.
people hide very well.
I don't want to hide it either. This shit ain't fucking easy. I show people all different sides. This shit is not fucking easy, but it's worth it. It's always worth it.
I want you to learn that the only
200 plus 46 plus 110 plus 90. We got 446 pounds on the bar.
There was nothing good. Oh, God. Nothing. Yeah, I love playing basketball. I left that out. That's something I love to do. Because the list that I had to live by was the very list that was going to get me at this table with you. There's so many times
Take a second, get water.
You're doing what the fuck you're doing. You can't just fucking quit. Remember this.
This is a big set. Did I drink that other one?
What you say to yourself is important. There's no fucking coach, there's no trainer to keep you going. Only you.
I did.
So think about this. You've been working your whole life to get a fucking seat at the table. The seat at the table is going to be the best among all the best people.
I guess I did. We're staying hydrated, chat.
Dress to the nines. Make sure you show up soaking wet from fucking getting after it, working out hard. Towel on your neck. You respect the event. So make sure you put that towel on that nice chair so you don't fuck it up. The whole thing is this. Don't say a word. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Stay hard. What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task. And the task is overwhelming. Like, when I heard the pull-up record was 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record, people are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. Like, what are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no
446, Trav,
So
come
my-
on up.
My eyes and my body light up about
Easy
things.
weight for you.
I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have
Adjust.
to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came up with this thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways.
Yep, this is a good one.
A soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of you. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing.
Nothing.
At mile 70, man, it was torturous.
I love this spot.
And with blood down my leg and 30 miles to go, I started reaching the cookie jars, man. I started pulling off all kind of stuff. I reached in my mind.
God.
Times in life, even the hardest person in the world, we forget how badass we are during that hard.
Trav!
I have a thing where I take a couple seconds to reflect on, hang on, man, you've been through this, you've been through that, you overcame this, overcame that. I don't ever close my mind to the fact that this can be done. And I knew I had to get up, I needed nutrition, I needed hydration, I needed to stop being dizzy. So that's the first thing I did. I didn't panic on I had 30 more miles to go to 100. I started the process. Slowly but surely I was able to stand up, and I was literally hobbling around this track.
You're shut.
Walking. No
You're
way
shut.
I couldn't run. My feet were in the worst pain. This is the worst pain I've been in my entire life. Nothing in any training is even comparable to this last 30 miles. And what happened was, my ex-wife looked at me and she's like, man, we agreed I'm not gonna make the time. I was going way too slow. And at that time, at mile 81, something clicked that I'll never probably be able to do again. When my mind, body, spirit, soul, everything just connected. And my mind knew I wasn't fucking around anymore. It knew I wasn't gonna quit. It knew that guy was dead and buried and gone. And I was gonna die out here on this fucking 1 mile. For whatever reason why, I was gonna get through this motherfucker. I didn't give a damn. It made no, there was no fucking crowd. There was no trophy at the end. I wasn't even in a race in my mind. It was nothing. It wasn't about
Who the
nothing.
fuck are you?
A bunch of people didn't know who the fuck I was. And it was me against me. And I used all these different dark places to start bringing out light and just fucking going deeper and deeper. Ended up running the next 20 miles. I ran 101 miles.
I am wonder.
20 miles ran at about a 10:30 pace. And I did 101 miles in 18 hours and 56
Big
minutes.
fucking glutes, Trav. I need you to get strong now.
I was born David Goggins. David Goggins wasn't good enough. He was a scared, bullied, abused kid who struggled in life. And that kid, whenever something got tough, no matter how hard I trained,
You're a monster.
how ready I was, David Goggins, the real David Goggins, would come out and he would quit. So I realized this over a period of time. So I had to build Goggins.
Who are you?
And in that process, I have to go back.
Yes, Pop.
And that mental lab is at scratch. That mental lab isn't that trained humility. And so that's where I get better. I get better when I'm digging holes in the ground, when I'm waking up early knowing I don't have to do these things. That's where I get better. So it's
Monster.
It's important to stay hungry, but it's important to stay humble within that hunger. So while you're hungry, a lot of people are hungry, but humility is everything. I always fix the things on the surface. So if I couldn't read and write, I learned to read and write. I would always fix these things on the surface level. And so whenever something hard would raise its ugly head, I didn't have any kind of tools to handle it. Like, man, I thought I fixed this already, man. But no, I didn't go deep into the dungeon of my soul to say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? And so that's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, or not knowing how to get through hard times. And that's why I always tell people, I'm not a theorist. I didn't study, I didn't study a fucking book. I literally put myself in a fire repeatedly, like a sword. You put a sword in a fire repeatedly and repeatedly. If you keep on doing that, you're gonna get a nice sword. And then you keep on beating it. You gotta beat the shit out of it. And that's what I am. Yeah. I became that. I said, okay, we can't quit. We gotta figure out why you are this pussy. Why are you this pussy, man? What's wrong with you? What's going on here? So I kept on putting the sword back in the daggone fire, and I just beat it harder.
You gotta act like it.
Before I knew it, I started realizing, all right, man.
You know what to do.
To get hard.
It's gonna hurt.
To get hard. I'm no longer
You're hard.
I'm now a practitioner.
Who are you, Trav?
I dissected it while I was in there. Okay, you can't dissect anything in a normal environment. You can't dissect anything in 72-degree weather. You must put it in the fucking freezer and freeze the fuck out of it. And then you dissect it. Dissect it when it's miserable.
You still gotta lift some big ass weight.
I need to get out of here, man. I want to get out of the fucking
Do it right.
Open the door. And he said, nah, 5 more seconds, man. 5 more seconds in the freezer. And that's when you start to pick that bread apart. And that's what all this stuff did to me. I kept on putting myself back into the freezer or the fire and beating the shit out of myself.
Think this shit gets easier.
And physical. Before I knew it, this is what happened.
He's the best man in the world ever.
You just get stronger, Trav. And you may not think you are because of what you've done in the past. But you are stronger. You're stronger in ways that can't be seen. You have to be felt and studied over time.
So in my area, I think I'm the best. Because I'm a fighter. That's the way I'm made, Adrian.
Come on,
we can't change what we are. Maybe that's the way. Put the PP.
556 pounds.
Kill me.
What the fuck?
Felt like a lot was getting to me. It was a lot of pressure. Felt like things were just kind of hard and tough, and I wanted to just quit, to be honest. I felt like I lost a lot of faith in myself, and it was getting really hard to just push through. And I didn't quit. Obviously, we're here today, but this morning after prejudging, I had that same cry in the bathroom, but this one with a cry of gratitude and pride that I had pushed through and gotten through that. And it's these moments, it's this journey.
556 pound hip thrust set. Approaching.
Where you wanted to quit. So everyone out there whose dreams are scaring you, whose dreams make you want to quit, just don't quit. That's good. Your dreams should be big. They should be scary. Just keep pushing through. I have this thing I say, champion mentality. It's not about winning. It's not about a trophy. It's about having no quit. It's about giving everything you have so that when you show up on game day, before the results are over, you're proud of yourself.
Who are you, Trav?
We all have these moments in time that either make you or break you, that can determine the rest
You set
of your
this
life.
camera up and you go.
Can be determined by one simple decision. And I had a decision to make. I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. There wasn't some inspirational quote. There wasn't nothing. It was me, myself, and it was freezing out here. I had to make a decision. The decision I made was to get up and keep on going. That one moment changed the rest of my life.
If you haven't gotten what you want, then you're not worthy of it.
I love you, Pop.
And that's okay.
Let's get big. It's time. 5, 5, 6.
For a lifetime. You're not making as much money as you want because you're not as good as you think you are. You're not struggling from imposter syndrome. You're a student and pretending to be a teacher. No students say they feel like frauds trying to learn. You're a fraud when you get up to teach the class, and you've never done it.
The Mamba mentality. What is that?
Remember who you are.
Every day you're trying to get better. And at the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you going to be? And that's basketball, that's whether it's football, that doesn't matter. Are you getting better every single day? That's the question, right? And it's just taking...
I love you, Pop. Here we go. Time to get big. Now.
In 1 year, right? It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
You want to be great? You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes. When people don't understand you anymore, you've arrived.
We're not on the stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because
You're almost.
we're 5 a.m.
You're almost,
We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to We were never satisfied, never finished, will never be retired. My high school English teacher
Get big. What?
And it read, rest at the end, not in the middle. And I took that to heart. I believe there's time for resting at the end, but for me, that time is not now. Have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never in the middle.
You're willing, you shoulder more than your responsibility of life because you expect and demand something more of life. Champion mentality, man. Hoping for a good result. You're demanding a result.
5, 5, 6.
What's expected in the gym? What normal people do.
For
what's normal because you want more than normal
like
return of life.
14.
My personal goal was to squeeze every ounce of potential out of whatever I have. And I think
lightweight baby.
That potential left over, then it will eat you alive until you do something about it.
I don't even know how many reps it was. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many reps it was. My ass is growing tonight from that. Let me tell you what. There's sets where you just know. I'm walking around, my fucking ass feels like iron.
Your vulnerability.
Oh my God.
You do not have to
Holy.
Just don't let fear stop you. Live like this as best you can, and I guarantee you'll look back on a life well lived. You are capable of greatness in your profession, and more importantly, in your quality of self. Stay hungry. Stay young at heart. Take those risks. You are going to change the world around you in big ways and in small. And I greatly look forward to being a part of the future that you will shape. And good luck.
You're crazy until you're successful, then you're a genius. And I think for a lot of people, when you're grinding as a small channel, people think you're too obsessed. You're a weirdo.
No.
Stop only making videos. Like, get alive. Be realistic. People will convince you you're out of your mind for wanting to do this. But then once you're successful, they're like, yo, your drive, your tenacity was great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
where were you when I fucking needed it?
I didn't get that when I was a small channel.
I have failed
far more times than I've succeeded. Far more. You will never succeed more than you fail. That's not how it works. You know why? Because failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful. So when you fail, it's a part of the process. Keep going. You're supposed to fail.
Hello, video.
It gets it right all the time.
Welcome,
That's
brother.
impossible. You have to fail. Matter of fact, when you fail, be glad about it. Every time you fail, you're one step closer.
The decisions we make on a moment-to-moment basis, champions are never woken up born into success. They're created, they're mature, they'll struggle, then weather through that effort of hard work and dedication to achieve that championship status.
I think I got a drop in reps, don't I?
We make on a daily basis.
That was a lot of reps.
Do we get up early and go for
556. Holy shit. I'm going to another level again.
And our body's dying. We push past that. All these little things are the inches that add up to be the measure of difference between first place and forever forgotten.
I see too many kids get so discouraged because they're expecting to make this quantum leap, and when that quantum leap doesn't come, it feels like it'll never come, right? But that's not how it works. It's step by step, one foot in front of the other, day by day, get better every single day. And then when you look back, then you look down and you realize the mountain that you just scaled, right? But you can't jump from the bottom of Everest to get to the top of Everest like that. It doesn't happen. And Superman is only in comics.
The Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day you're trying to become better. You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. List all the things that you aren't willing to give up for the dreams that you have, and that is what the person who will beat you is willing to give up.
You know what your problem is? You're smart. Too smart. You overthink. Because your mind moves at 1,000,000 miles a minute.
I got a drop.
You're sad.
No, let's go into something else. That was a lot of sets.
You don't get along with most people.
I don't know.
Because they just don't look at things the way you do. You think you're dumb. Because you're smart enough to know you don't know everything. Your problem is you're too smart. And happiness in intelligent people is one of the rarest things I know.
People want to find their passion. But you don't find it, you create it. And you create it by getting good at something. And to get good at stuff, you start by doing something you suck at. Then you get good. Then you like it. Then people ask how you found your passion. Answer: by starting when you sucked and not giving up.
Have you ever thought that I want more from life than a nice apartment and a job serving tea?
There is nothing wrong with a life of peace and prosperity. I suggest you think about what it is that you want from your life and why.
I want my destiny.
What that means is up to you.
Here's Bible verse I think about sometimes. Many times. It goes, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Who shall I send? And who will go for us? And I said, Here am I. Send me.
When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. If you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past.
If you can be in a bad mood for no reason, you might as well be in a good mood for no reason. If it's not going to change your life, it shouldn't change your mood. If the cost is peace of mind, don't buy it.
Don't ever pass up an opportunity to be of encouragement to other people. Don't ever pass up an opportunity to inspire someone. Don't ever pass up an opportunity to empower someone. Don't ever pass up an opportunity to show someone love, because the thing about it, my wound, like you can see this. You can see my arm. My wound is visible. But it's a lot of people in this room that are wounded, and you can't see it. And it's internal.
Hard work actually works. And with virtually everything, it might not make you the best at whatever it is you're pursuing, but it will certainly make you better than you are.
I've found greater fulfillment in the journey of pursuing my goals than in the moment of achieving them.
To tell you the truth, I don't know if it's special. Only you already know that from the time when you're right. Okay, it ain't gonna come overnight. You're gonna take a beat, you're gonna take this, you're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna see if you got the right thing. But you gotta work hard. I swear to God, if you're not gonna do it, I'm out. Okay, we punch out the thrones, but I'm on. Nobody show me how to do this. I'm ready.
Well, it's to be unyielding. You never give an inch to anyone. Like you're always going after it. Always going after it. Always going after it. And if there's a challenge that ensues, oh, good. I want to see how I stack up to that. So you go after it. Go after it. And it's just, it's fun. It's like you get a chance to compete against opponents, and you get a chance to see where you stack up against them. So I want to see it. Maybe I'm not good enough today, but that's fine. I'll be good enough the next time I see you. You know, you get a chance to always measure yourself. So I guess that's where relentlessness comes from.
I wanted to read you a quote from 2013 that you said, "I've lost my mind on this game, like Vincent van Gogh dedicated his life to his art, and he lost his mind in the process." That's happened to me, but...
And that gold belt was around my waist. And my mother has a big mansion. And my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week. And my kids have everything they ever want.
Then it was...
I'm happy I lost my mind.
How'd you get good at this?
Honestly, I made a lot of mistakes.
What's the secret? Just fuck up.
There might be, fuck up. I think as I started early, I got my skill set up really quick, and then started to feel like I was really the best, Like at all these really good places, I really was the best cook. And then I started at this really great place as a comedy, and this other chef started the same day as me, and I thought we were competition, but really we weren't. Like, he was better than me, much better than me. He worked harder and faster, and it was the first time I realized that I wasn't the best. So I started looking at it like it was a good thing. Like, at least I knew who the best was now, and I could take that pressure off myself. And the only logical thing to do was to try and keep up with him. So I never left this guy's side.
And you got better?
Oh, mate, I got better than I ever thought I possibly could be, just from trying to keep up with him.
Never say never. Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Because we know that it's not easy. But no pain, no gain. Not even coming from the Shaolin Temple.
Champions aren't born, they're made. And every winner started where you are now, with a choice to rise or to stay where they are. Winning starts in the mind. Winners see obstacles as opportunities. They don't ask, why me? Instead, they ask,
oh,
what's next?
Shit.
Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the foundation.
Oh.
Champions don't fear failure. They embrace it
Oh.
as a stone to greatness. It's not about talent. It's about persistence. Winners show up, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard.
Hi, Pop.
The champion has been knocked down, but they didn't stay down. They got up, dusted themselves off, and fought harder. Adversity reveals character. When pressure mounts, heroes don't crumble. They shine. Like diamonds, they're forged under pressure. The road to success isn't easy, but winners don't look for easy. They look for possible.
Champions don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Motivation fades, but discipline carries you through the darkest nights. Success demands sacrifice. While others are sleeping, winners are working. While others are complaining, champions are training. You can't have excuses and results at the same time. Winners choose results.
A champion's vision is unshakable.
Ostania.
Finish line, even when the world tells them it's out of reach. Winners focus on the goal, not the noise. They don't chase perfection. They chase progress, one step at a time. Being a winner isn't about the trophies or the applause. It's about resilience, grit, and the refusal to quit. Champions inspire others by their actions, not their words. They lead by example, proving that greatness is within reach for anyone who dares to pursue it. Winning isn't a moment, it's a mindset. It's a daily commitment to excellence, no matter how small the task. Remember, the greatest victory isn't the one against others, it's the one against yourself. The fight to become better, stronger, and unstoppable starts now. So ask yourself, are you ready to think like a winner, to act like a champion? Then start today. Start now.
When the world says give up, champions whisper back, watch me. They refuse to let setbacks define them because their spirit is unbreakable. Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Champions endure pain because they know that on the other side lies growth and greatness.
What's up, Jay Engler? I'm doing well, bro. I'm blessed and grateful.
7 times.
Are you competing in a no?
Every time
I think you have a typo there, but I'm not going to be competing this year. I've done 20 shows. I don't know if you're new here. Can't remember everybody who tunes in, but
One question.
are you competing in a bodybuilding show this spring or summer, muscle man?
Usually the
No,
answer is yes.
not this year, mate.
So
We're
if
both
you
good.
can answer that question
Growth
and not take
season.
another step, that is real failure. That is real quitting. So a lot of people can take one more step.
I don't know why, but it's always funny to me when people call me muscle man.
You gotta
I
answer that
laugh.
question after you take the first step. But I can always take one more
They're not
step.
wrong, you know. I kind of am a muscle man. I'm
If
like,
you love something,
I'm just
if you have a
covered
strong
in
passion
muscle.
for something,
My fingertips
you
have
would go to the
muscles.
extreme to try to understand or try to
20
get
shows
it.
is a lot, yeah.
Sometimes we don't have food to
It's
eat.
been quite the journey so far, mate.
You just drink water.
Just drink water.
Just drink water.
Next set. Here we go.
In a cardboard box and on pavement at times outside when you were growing up?
Yes, outside the street, I sleep on the carton.
Thank you, bro.
You know, the carton, the box. I'm so thankful to God that I had experienced that life, you know, before I get this life.
Champion of the world, money. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Never say never. Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion. Thank you very much.
It's the day you know you've passed from childhood to adulthood. The day you accept full responsibility.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him.
Like
And that's when he
215 right
becomes a
now,
man.
bro.
And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
No one can save you but you. You have to put the mind into what you want to put.
We're working our way up to 220, sitting shredded in a lean bulking stage at 215 currently. We're getting in our Bulgarian split squats right now with a kettlebell, 50-pound kettlebell, alternating isolateral. Let's go. With the hip circle for extra glute and abduction engagement.
That guy, that is the guy you need to be.
You are not ready. I know. Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that, it ain't gonna never happen. So go on.
I am emotional.
king, right? The current king.
You're looking at the current king, Ari. You're interviewing the current king.
Oh, yes.
You clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks. Let me be very clear. I'll never give up.
Not unless I'm dead.
This is where we fight!
This is where they die!
I feel like I fight from something a little bit different. You know, there's a dog inside of you. Either you have it.
Spartans!
Who you are, what you are. When I step on that court,
What is your profession?
That killer stage. Stone Cold.
Why be normal when you can be the best? I don't want to be normal. I want to make the difference. So everything I do, I want to make the difference. Because when I make the difference, I'm the best. And that is not arrogance, that is confidence.
Let me teach you the real life, how it really is. The reason why you're a loser, and the reason why you're making it, and the reason why you're trying to go to all these. You know exactly what to do. Exactly what, and even me, in my state of, I can't read or write. I know exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to wake up every morning of your life and say, God, man, I'm not smart. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta study the same that I got one of the highest scores in the nation on, and do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't mess around, I don't party, I don't go out. Am I lame for that? Absolutely. And to be lame in the eyes of somebody I would never want to be like is nothing but an absolute success in my eyes. You see, it's only an uncertain person that needs company in what they do to feel like it's the right thing. But real confidence stems from doing what's best for you, even if that means doing it alone. My confidence comes from consistently pushing myself and leaving no gap between what needs to be done and what I do. And look who's out here with me. Nobody. And that's just fine.
Hard work brings great rewards. This is a reminder of the hard work and dedication that I put into everything that I've done. I'm not content because I know where I came from and I don't ever want to go back.
Let me guess, new year, new you, right? New year, new you. You've been saying that every year, but it's always new year, same you. You know, I just don't understand why you go every year remaining the same when the person that you are, you look at has been destroying your life.
Oh, shit.
To yourself every year, and you don't even realize it. I mean, it's time for you to look yourself in the mirror and make some change before it's too late. But if you cool being like that, it is what it is. It's your life. Be safe, though.
This is my life, man. Do you know how hard I worked to get here? I built this. Me.
Brick by brick.
In the end, I don't care.
Ah.
You hate me, just as long as I win.
When you're built different than everybody else, and you have this desire for more, and this desire for achievement, and this desire to win, everybody else looks at you.
You see, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's not a car or a person inside. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not a month that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hating it's a Monday. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger.
Stop waiting for life to be easy. Stop hoping for somebody to save you.
Where have you been? Why are you here? And where are you going? You look at your life. You look at what you produce. Is it giving you what you want? Are you living on purpose? Are you living your dream? Are you acting on your ideas? Are you doing all you can do? Have you gotten confident?
Work your ass off. There is no magic pill. There is no magic out there. You cannot get around. You have to work and work and work.
This and that. There's no hack, bro. There is no life hack. To grow that thing, how do you grow it? do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. That's the hack.
I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand, like, why he works like that.
Right.
So after the games, I'm like, hey, Cole, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. And I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
Cause I know every mother ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. That's how you level up.
When nobody's looking, that's the time that really counts. That's the time that really matters. The working out at 5, 6 a.m. and all the practices and all the extra conditioning, like that work that you do every single day is key, because that's what you're gonna be able to fall back on, and that's what you're gonna be able to like rely on when push comes to shove.
A warrior's not always that. A warrior's a motherfucker who says, hey, I'm here again today. I'm here again tomorrow. I'm gonna be here the next day. I'm 50 years old, I'm still getting after it. It's a person that puts no limit on what's possible.
There is no excuse for not being the hardest worker. Yeah, someone might be bigger, stronger, faster, quicker, younger, whatever else, but there is no excuse to not be the hardest fucking worker there. And when you believe that you have the ability to do something, that the life that you're living right now is going down this direction, you fucking hate where it is. There is nothing else to do but to change direction. I believe that I cannot go that way anymore. I gotta go this way. And what do you have to lose? You know the outcome if you continue the same shit. Why not just commit one time in your life to something? See what happens. There are no losers in the world of passion and commitment to something. No one loses there. The losers are the people that sit in the starting line and never initiate. It's the belief that supremacy exists. There's so many examples in the Olympics, and every day we see the common man with the odds against them overcoming what people thought could never happen. And probably he didn't even think it. But there he stands victorious and a role model for all of us. Like, oh my God, we want to be him. But before he was him, he was us. What got him there was an undying belief. And every drop of sweat that came out, and every pain and ache and everything else was just a telltale sign that it's getting closer and closer to that dream that we were when we were kids of being a reality. Why not believe in it? What's the other option? There is no other option. It's a life forgotten, man.
It's up to you. The ball's in your fucking court. No more fucking around. You want your life to be better? I can't help you. They can't help you. Joe Rogan can't help you. Ari can't help you. God can't fucking help you. Only you can fucking help you. Grab your fucking ball, get a fucking notebook, and write down what the fuck you're gonna do this year. And this is it. You're not gonna have these problems. Fuck the drugs. Fuck the cigarettes. Fuck that dumb bitch. It all starts fucking today, alright? No more fucking excuses.
Fucking Joey.
You can die tomorrow. No one's gonna know who the fuck you are. And more importantly, no one's gonna give a fuck. They're gonna be at your funeral selling this shit because you haven't done nothing in your fucking life. That's the truth. A lot of you niggas, if you die tomorrow, no one will give a fuck. That's the truth. No one would give a fuck. They'd be at your fucking day, at your eulogy. They won't be able to say anything about you because you haven't done shit. That's the truth. I can die tomorrow.
God.
I know a lot of people are gonna hate me too, but I know I changed people's lives and I've helped them live longer. I can die tomorrow and be happy. I can die tomorrow and be happy. Can you die tomorrow and be happy? You probably can't. Shit. You need to have these serious fucking discussions with yourself. You need to look yourself in the mirror. Is anybody gonna give a fuck if I die?
It's easy to give up. You know, it's the easiest thing in the world to do. All right, man, I'm done. I ain't going. I ain't gonna keep going. Yeah, I don't feel like going to work. I'm done. Yeah, man. It's easy. It's very easy. But what's hard is going, yo, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm gonna do the same thing again today, but I'm gonna try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world. To get up every day and give 100% and be in the same position that you were each day, but mentally know that you're trying and trying and trying. That's a real grind.
They say the true hell is when the person that you are meets the person you could have been.
To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed.
My teacher said to me, young man, if you will change, everything will change for you. If you will get better, everything will get better for you.
And so the best way to hit next year's goals is to not wait until next year to work on them. It's to start now. If you feel like you need a special occasion to begin making your life better, it shows that you don't think today is worth improving.
See, the point is, you don't know how much future you've got. What's gone is gone. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Some of you have had divorces. Some of you have probably had bankruptcies. Some of you have had terrible things happen in the past. But what's gone is gone. It's in the past. And to spend your time focusing on the past is to spend the only thing that you've got, and that's what's right here, right now, because the sand never stops running. This is all we've got. And to spend your time now thinking of what happened there is making absolute certain that the future is going to be the same as the past.
You'll change your philosophy, you'll change your habits, if you'll refine your thinking, if you'll change and accept some new disciplines, if you'll turn the corner where you've been in the past, go for a new life for the future. He said all kinds of remarkable things will happen for you if you will change.
What one great thing would you dare to dream if you knew you could not fail? If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could not fail, what one thing would you set as a goal for yourself? Because sometimes answering that question will tell you the one thing that you've been put on this earth to accomplish.
To alleviate fear, you do not alleviate what causes fear. You help alleviate the reaction to what causes fear.
Life's not a spectator sport. If watching is all you're going to do, then you're going to watch your life go by without you.
When you're on your way up, everyone roots for you because you remind them of their dreams. When you're at the top, everyone tears you down because you remind them that they gave up on them.
To success in anything you do is you gotta have an unlimited supply of fucking you.
You have an unlimited supply of fuck yous.
For me, there was no passion, no drive, no nothing.
That's some real shit.
Fire. That I'm going to be someone.
That's when I realized you gotta choose your enemies wisely. People want you to do well, they just don't want you to do better than that.
Yes. Yes.
You have to envision something that is more powerful than you. Something has to get you out of bed. And you have to create it. It has to be false. Because you're not it. You're a fat piece of shit. And that's the reality of it. So you have to create a false reality to live in that, just to get to work on yourself.
Everyone believes in the American dream until it comes true.
There's a quote from Jason Pargin that says, accept that all of your heroes are full of shit. Your heroes aren't gods, they're just regular people who probably got good at one thing by neglecting literally everything else.
It's like people look at champions and try and find something that that champion has that they don't have. He's like, but it's not that at all. He's like, they lack something everyone else has, which is an off button. They just don't stop.
Says, the heaviest things in life aren't iron and gold, but unmade decisions. The reason you are stressed is that you have decisions to make, and you're not making them.
Everybody has the ability to do it, but they just don't want to. They want to keep asking questions and keep going to seminars. And the greatness is right in you. And that's why, once again, I'll say this a million times here, I do not feel sorry for you. You have to be your best self and your least motivated. And that's the tricky part about all that shit. Motivation is just a word. You have to have these different things in your mind on where you want to go and know that motivation is not going to get you.
It's pushing the water and there's a jogger actually. Look at this.
I should stop this.
Let's smoke a little bit and keep
Stop
going.
this one now.
Be right back, chat.
I gotta prove it. Prove what? I'm not a mistake.
It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms. Because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
Pressure changes everything, pressure. Some people, you squeeze them, they focus. Others fold.
Can you summon your talent at will? Can you deliver on a deadline? Can you sleep at night?
David Goggins, he wrote me, be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Kill the boy. And let the man be born.
Out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 of them are just targets. 10 do most of, or 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I saw it going through training. I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1.
Right now in life, your family's looking for that one guy right now. You're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything.
You see that look right there? Don't ever let a man see you like that. You give him the power over you. If you gotta take an L, you take it with your head up, chest out, like a man.
Dr. Carter had a tear in his eye. I could tell he felt for me. And he said, son, I'm sorry to say you're not gonna box again. And I looked at him. I said, no, Dr. Carter, you're wrong. I am gonna box again. So you don't understand what kind of man I am.
You see this guy here staring back at you? Yeah? That's your toughest opponent. Every time you get into the ring, that's who you're going against. I believe that in boxing, and I do believe that in life.
Nietzsche had the great line on resentment. He said, if you think someone's ruined your life, you're right. It's you.
People have this reoccurring nightmare that there's some thing, some force that's got a hold of them and it's holding them down and they can't break free. No matter what they do, they can't break free from that force. Well, I'm here to tell you that that thing in your nightmare, that thing that's holding you back, that thing that's dragging you down, that thing is you.
There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. If you misunderstand what I'm saying right now today, the problem is you. And you don't want to fix it.
If you don't change what you're doing and how you do it, nothing else will change.
Here's how to get older without getting better. Keep relearning the same lesson. If you keep making the same mistake over and over, the mistake isn't the problem. You are.
Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse not proceeding down that path. Your excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you, if you let them. Go try and accomplish something that's hard. You may win, you may lose, you may succeed, you may fail. I'll tell you what, you'll be better.
Are you ripped? You can't tell what he's
And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
And I don't blame them. But don't be mad. When you're laying there in your bed and you're in the hospital and you're 70, 80, 90 years old, you're thinking, man, I feel like I didn't do something. Because you did. You didn't do it. You didn't do shit. You may live a great life, man, but you're always gonna feel empty inside.
Your biggest enemy is you. My whole book is about you battling yourself. People don't understand it's you against you. The only person that gets in your way is you. Nobody else. It's you.
You know, the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself.
You have to fight a war against yourself. Now, it's not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as hell. You have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable. Good, because discomfort is how we grow. That's how we become strong. If you run away from discomfort and resistance your whole life, you will always be weak.
Motherfucker, is you versus you.
And it makes me so mad. Every day I walk this earth and I see average all over the place. And they want to ask me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. You're gonna continue being out, because every day you wake up, like you said, it's like get the coffee, make the pancakes, kiss the girl, kiss the kids. You wake up, right to work. Immediate, your mind is in action. No one wants to do that. No one. And I don't blame them.
If you want to be successful, you have to change this. This has to change. What makes it hard is your lack of belief that it can happen for you. See, but you got to change though. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. So if you're at a place in your life and you ain't happy with it, you have to change some things.
If you believe it, if you really believe that you could be something, if you have that little voice in your head saying, hey, you got talent, you could do this, then follow that voice.
Imagine that you're in a movie, and imagine the movie begins now, and you're the hero of the movie. What would that guy do? What would that guy do right now? Because you are.
If you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no shit, and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life. I guarantee you that.
And there are those of you in this room, you are great. You are phenomenal, and you're not walking in it. Because you don't know who you are and what you want.
You are capable of doing anything. You are capable of all of it. You gotta change the internal dialogue. That person in your head that's talking that to you, until you change the internal dialogue in your head, until you callous over the victim's mentality that the world is out to get you because of you are the only, you gotta change that man. Self-discipline is everything. And if you don't have it, I don't look at you right, because I know you're capable of more. It's not discipline so much for me. It's all on you. It's all on you. The self part is what's big. We need someone to hold people accountable. That man. We count on people too much to get us through it. And we look to our right, we look to our left, we're looking for help. And if you can build that self, you can build that total accountability in oneself. And it's not about being selfish. I'm trying to create a better me, so hopefully people who are hearing this are taking it the right way, can say, I can run a mile. It ain't about running 205. I was doing 4, I was being a city. It ain't about all that shit. It doesn't matter. I want you to see how far you can go. And that's all it's about, yourself.
Well, what you're willing to forego today's pleasure for tomorrow's advantage.
You were blessed with a strong mind. Like, the hell you talking about? I was blessed with a strong mind. That's something that you have to develop. You develop that over years, decades of suffering, and going back into the suffering. Because human beings need to hear this. They need to stop hearing these hacks on this and that. There's no hack, bro. There's no hack. Yeah, you may this and that and saunas and this, and all this that they, yeah, it's great. There is no fucking life hack. To grow that thing, how do you grow it? Do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. That's the hack. The hack is gonna suck.
Everybody wants the view, but no one wants the climb.
I just beat me. If I can keep beating myself, if I can keep doing that, then that means that I'm in a battle with the only person that I really want to be, and that's me. If I can continue to outdo me from the day before, then I'm ahead.
Is when I realized a human being, we have the ability to go in such a space if you're willing to suffer, and I mean suffer. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. And this 30 miles was the life-changing moment. I was out of it. I was in the worst pain in my entire life. I was, to me, on the brink of death. I was so driven, and I'm not gonna say motivated, because motivation is crap. Motivation comes and goes. When you're driven, whatever's in front of you will get destroyed.
You lost that fight, Rock, for all the wrong reasons. You lost your edge. All right. I know your manager, Diane, had you all messed up inside. But the truth is, you didn't look hungry. Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger and the edge. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean? Maybe we could win it back together. Yeah. Eye of the tiger, man.
Why'd you have to come here?
I have the plan. Get back.
Here's the big challenge of life. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. That's the challenge. And of course, the other side of the coin reads, unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you got.
Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it. That's what I was talking about with Ariel. I knew in my head I was saying, get up at this time. I didn't get up at that time. Train at this time. I didn't train at that time. Don't eat this. I ate that. Don't drink that. I drank it. And these all just infiltrate my mental strength.
Little kind of defeat.
Exactly. Little defeats instead of wins. And it just culminates into, and you just don't want to be here. So I'm just figuring myself out like I've never figured myself out before.
I don't care how good you are. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody. Right. You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up on the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. And that's what you have to do to be the best.
Yeah.
Everything you're going through is preparing you while you're in the process. Because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when it hits you on the other side, you're going to see exactly why it went that way. And you're going to be okay with it. But quit tripping during the process.
That's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You always want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. No, we work it out now. No, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something. You walk out of this room, you owe yourself. I didn't get here making excuses. So what? My father wasn't in my life. The truth of the matter is, he ain't never come into my life. So when I'm gonna wait for the rest of my life for my man to come, he ain't coming.
Because you gotta just stay locked in and stay focused. And as long as you know it's true, you know what I mean? People always gonna say something. Always, they're gonna try to have some type of narrative or whatnot, but as long as you know it's real, I think that's what can help you keep your sanity.
Being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the ghosts and the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents given to you by life, you for whatever reason. You never pursued those dreams. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those gifts. And then they are standing around your bed looking at you, saying, we came to you. And only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever. The question is, if you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what leadership, what books, what gifts will die with you? What if you live your whole life only to discover it was wrong, to reach the point of death, only to realize that you've never lived only to realize that you've never scraped the surface of your potential. How bad do you want this? Most people don't want it that badly. That's why they always ask the question, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't know it. So I can't make you do it, nor do I have the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. There's no luck in this game, man. There may be a little bit of luck, but the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might happen.
And this is my favorite rule from James Clear, which is a habit missed once is a mistake. A habit missed twice is the start of a new habit. Never miss 2 days in a row.
You have no idea how great you really are. Because you are using such minimal of what you have on what it really takes to extract greatness from nothing.
For so many years, I wanted to be balanced. But then I was like, well, nothing great was ever achieved by people who tried to be great at all things.
Just get started. Just get started. The longest time in the world is the hesitation between thought and action. It can actually be forever. You can hesitate for 1 second to get started on something. A workout, a project, a task, something that you know you should do. You can hesitate for 1 second. That 1 second of hesitation, all of a sudden it turns into 5 seconds. And then 10 seconds. And then 10 minutes. And then just like that, you drifted into the eternity.
Shit.
1 second became an eternity because something that was going to happen is now never going to happen. Ever.
2024 is here. A blank canvas. A new chapter. A year waiting for you to conquer it. But domination doesn't come easy. It demands focus, discipline, and relentless action. Are you ready to rise? Are you ready to dominate?
This year, you will not settle, not for average, not for good enough. You will refuse to be held back by fear, doubt, or failure. Every step you take, every decision you make will echo one word: dominate.
Domination begins in the mind. It's the moment you decide that you will no longer be a victim of your circumstances. That excuses have no place in your life. The pain you feel today will be the power you wield tomorrow. Your voice matters. Your actions matter. This year, you will show the world who you are. You'll step into rooms you once felt unworthy of entering. You'll claim opportunities that others only dream about. 2024 is not the year for waiting. It's not the year for maybe later or someday. It's the year of now. The year of I will. The year of watch me. Dominate your morning. Dominate your goals. Dominate your fears. This year isn't just about success. It's about impact. It's about leaving a legacy. 2024 will test you. It will challenge you. But every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, to rise higher. Don't just survive this year. Own it, shape it, dominate it. The clock is ticking. The year is waiting. The question is, will you dominate 2024? Or will it dominate you? You know the answer. Now, every sunrise in 2024 is a chance to push harder, think smarter, and grow stronger. But chances mean nothing if you don't act.
Come on, Trav.
This year is not about waiting for the perfect moment.
Fuck.
It's about creating it.
Yes.
You've heard the doubts, haven't you? The whispers of you're not good enough. The echoes of past failures. Let them fuel you. Every no you've ever heard, every setback person next to you, not the world outside. It's you. The only question that matters is this. Will you be better today than you were yesterday? Dominate every role you play. Whether you're a leader, a learner, a creator, or a pioneer, come on. Be a better version of yourself. Excellence isn't a skill. It's a habit. Make it your default. 2024 isn't just a year. Oh, God, yes. Proving ground. The stage is set. The spotlight is on you. Show the world what happens when focus meets fire.
Come on, Trev.
Meets action. This is your year.
Oh, shit.
Your story. Your legacy. Make it unforgettable. Make it unstoppable. Make it undeniable.
Yes.
Dominate.
Yup. What the fuck is this? I guess it's a vibe.
This isn't just about winning. It's about becoming. Becoming the person you always knew you could be. The one who doesn't just win, You're here to dominate. The world is watching. Your story is waiting. Now go write it.
Whoa. Hello, Mino. Welcome, bro. Good evening / morning for you. Hi. I'm gonna play something different. Something like this. Really 3.5 hours in? What the fuck? Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. All right, good evening, my bad. Well, it's evening for me, morning for you. I pray your morning is starting off well, mate. Gonna go into some more adduction. Let me just fix this. There you go. Hey, Pop. Fuck. Is it better not to rest on the backrest while doing the abduction? Better is a very tough word. I don't think either is necessarily better. I think they both target different parts, and when I lean forward like this and keep my back arched, I'm feeling it a little higher up, and it's taking a little tension off my lower back. But when you sit back like this, I feel it in the lower glutes a little bit more. I usually like to start with my back up against it, and then once I start to get fatigued to my lower back or something, I'll sit forward like this and continue on. These allow you to get more of a resistance in the beginning of the movement, because as you can see, there's a little bit of space here, and that does make a difference, that little bit of space. So with these yoga blocks, it pushes your knees right together, and you're starting from the full weight stack that's set. You're getting full range of motion, I should say. There we go. My brain can't stop thinking about smoothie time. Craving nutrients. Oh, fuck. Yes. Yes. Come on now. Oh, fuck yes. Oh. That felt good. Interesting, I'll try it later today with the block too. I always see those blocks lying. Yeah, we gotta utilize our tools. It all does add up. On this machine, but I don't know what they're for. Now I do. Hey, I'm glad that I could pass on the knowledge today. Extra fucking glute, abduction, abductor, growth, and engagement. Also utilizing this hip circle here is extremely beneficial. When you wrap this around your upper thighs or your knees, with squats, with Romanians, with deadlifts. I did them with Bulgarian split squats even today, and it felt amazing. It just gives you that extra squeeze because it wants to pull your knees in, but you naturally have to pull them out, and you're feeling that resistance, and it's giving you a greater connection with your muscles on the way down with squats, etc. Let's do, what do I want to do? I want a smoothie. I think it's smoothie time, chat. I've done a lot. 3.5 hours in. Legs are fucking feeling like jello. Yep, it's smoothie time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a blessed rest of your evening. Feeling beefy and shredded. And by evening, I mean mornings and afternoons and whatever time it is for you. Don't listen to the haters, my mans. They're secretly your biggest fans. Trust the process. Stay clear. Naysayers are everywhere. Persevere. Smoothie time. Namaste.